Scots, how are you doing?
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant, man.
Brilliant, mate. It's great. It's absolutely great to have you here, Scots. I know this is your first ever live stream, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, first live stream, definitely. But yeah, look forward to this.
Brilliant. Absolutely. Future, how are you doing, mate? How's your week been?
Oh, mate, I'm great, thank you. It's so good to be back on the Stack Chat with you. We haven't done a live stream together for a while, so hopefully everyone is excited as I am. And not only that, but we've got Silver with us, which is amazing because this is his very first live stream. So it's always amazing to bring new people into the live. So yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing to be back, mate. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely, and it's absolutely amazing to have you here. And absolutely, we started off with the live clubs together all that time ago, didn't we? Now, and it does seem like so long ago we've been together on a live stream, doesn't it, mate?
Oh, mate, yeah, I guess that's because it has been. I mean, it's been a long, long time. So, yeah, it's a real joy to be back. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in the live chat tonight and seeing what Christmas spirits people have got on and what we end up chatting about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, no, I forgot to turn my I forgot to turn the volume off on my YouTube to keep an eye on this chat. So hopefully that was what the echo was, and the echo should have gone now. I do apologise about that. I do want to say a very quick hello to everybody we've got joining us in the chat already. We've got 365 Days of Silver, Addicted to Precious Metals, Stephen, Mick, Gary Crawford, Blistering Barnacles Adventures, CY Sterling, and Lee Parola. Guys, it's amazing to have you all here. Thank you very much for joining us. So, Scots, now if anybody isn't aware of Scots, because you are quite a new channel, aren't you, mate? How long have you been putting videos up for now? It's only been a matter of weeks, hasn't it?
It's been, let's see, 7th of November was my first video.
Oh wow, okay.
That I put up, so what, 1 month and 1 week?
Yeah, not a long period of time.
That I've been putting them out.
Yeah, not long at all. So, how have you found it so far in your first month and a quarter?
Oh, goodness me. Well, first one, don't go back and watch that. Honestly, first one I was pretty nervous, I must admit. Didn't know what to do, didn't know what to say. Just spouted out some nonsense, but it's something that it's grown on me.
Yeah.
Something that's something I'm really looking forward to do now. But the community guys, honestly, they've been so supportive. They've been so encouraging, and I must admit, yeah, I'm loving it, really am. And I appreciate all the comments and the likes and the back and forth that we're getting. So no, it's great.
Okay. So we were sorry, Scots. I've just been getting a few chats come up to say that was still a bit of an echo when you guys were speaking. It always gets a little bit more difficult when we get an extra person on the line. I'm hoping that's yeah. Stephen's just come in to say that's better. I did just flick the settings a little bit there. So guys, I'm really sorry about that. It's coming through to say it's sorted now. So there we go. We can commence correctly. So Scots, I do apologise, mate. I didn't catch the end of that because I was desperately trying to sort out the audio issues. So sorry, just repeat. How have you found it so far, mate?
How have I found it? Yeah, okay. Are you hear me okay now, guys? Is
Yeah.
there any echoes?
Yeah,
All
no,
good?
they've let us know in the chat that it's all sorted now. As soon as they said it was still echoing, I thought I could see what was wrong with it. So I switched over some settings on the audio, and it should now be completely fine going forward.
Good stuff. So doing this for about 1 month. 1 month and 1 week now, and I've just been first video I put out. Yeah, wasn't very clever, wasn't very good, but it's good to put yourself in awkward positions and get yourself out of your comfort zone. And I was just saying the encouragement and the support and the comments I'm getting from the community has been absolutely fantastic. It's been
Brilliant.
really, really good and appreciated. So, yeah, I'm still loving it. A month in, nobody's asked me to stop yet.
No, that's brilliant, and definitely don't stop, mate. We're enjoying your stuff, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I think we all feel like that about our first video. I've still got mine on the channel, and yeah, it's very interesting to go back and watch the old stuff. Speaking of which, I was actually watching one of your older videos today, Future, and I couldn't believe how nostalgic I got straight away as soon as it came on, because it is really fun to go back and watch some of the older stuff sometimes. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, so Future, you've been doing it for now over 2 years, haven't you?
Yeah, mate, 2 years at least. I mean, it's been a long time, but it's flown by.
Yeah.
I remember I started it in my flat before I even had a mortgage, and I used to go into my spare room. I was so excited that I had 1 gram gold bars and I think like 2 1 ounce coins, silver coins. That I used to put them on this sofa bed that I had in the spare room, and I wanted to share what I had with people, and it's just grown from there. And all of these channels, I remember 365 popping up. I remember seeing this name start regularly commenting on my videos, and then I saw his videos where he had his very traditional red backdrop, and it just expanded from there. And then you appeared, and it's just snowballed. So yeah, when I started, there was like hardly anyone. It didn't feel like there was a community in the UK. It was, a couple of us small guys, if anyone, trickling around, and the big US stackers. But I'd really say now it's picked up massively.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're right. I mean, I was watching the videos back then, but obviously I didn't have my own channel at that point. But yeah, absolutely. When you were out there and you started off, you were completely on your own out there. There was literally no stacking community over here in the UK. You had a couple of big channels like Backyard Bullying. But other than that, like you say, you were completely on your own. So, I mean, I say this to you all the time, but I've got a lot of respect that you were out there on your own ploughing through, because people don't realise if they don't make the videos themselves, it can be very grueling, can't it, to keep going, especially sometimes when, you're tired, you've got things going off, and, you're low on motivation, but for you to have kept going for all that period of time, and the quality of content that you're producing, mate, it's absolutely outstanding, buddy.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. It does, because you're so right. When you film content, and I remember chasing to try and become monetized on YouTube and hit those requirements, and starting off a channel from zero, and you'll get that first 100 subscribers, but you think, bloody hell, I've got 900 more to go, not even including the crazy amount of hours. That was 4,000 hours of total watch time in 12 months back then. Yeah. It was a real graft. I remember doing it every day, and you would come home from work or after the gym, and your partner wants to sit down with you, and people want to spend time with you, but you've just got to say, no, I'm sorry, this is priority at the minute. So yeah, it is a graft, but I will say, for anyone ambitious who's looking to become a content creator, or like ScotsSilver, who's just started, it gets easier as you go. The more subscribers you get, the more involved with the community you become. Everything just becomes a lot easier. It's still always hard work, but if something isn't, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And the thing is, one great thing about having you both here on the chat tonight is, Scott, I don't know if you're aware of this, but back all that time ago when Future did start his channel, he was like he said himself, with his 1 gram bars and his couple of silver 1 ounce coins, very similar position to yourself, where it's not a huge stack, you're starting quite low, and it takes me back, and it's just so much fun being there from the beginning of somebody's journey and being able to watch them, and you really do feel like you're part of it. So I love the fact that you've started doing the videos early, and we'll be able to see what you pick up and how your stack grows over time, mate. I think that's absolutely fabulous. But with you being a new guy and having a bit of a YouTube veteran on the line here, have you got any questions you'd like to ask Future at all?
Yeah. Well, I think he touched on one of them already. I mean, I'm just a new guy. I'm not sure if I did start my channel far too early. because because I had such a little stack. But as you say, you get a kick out of what I'm bringing and what I'm buying and my comments on that. But all of this is, as I say, is brand new to me, and that really having a look at various the coat of arms, for example, that 10 ounce I've got there, and the Queen's Beasts. When they first came out, I wasn't even thinking about anything like gold or silver. I mean, having a look at the detail on it, the beauty and some of the artwork that's on these pieces, really just that really gets me and gets me enthused for things. You guys have been in this game for quite some time now. What is it that keeps you motivated, and what is it that keeps you enthused and continuing to do what you do?
Yeah, that is a brilliant question, Future. What exactly is it that keeps you motivated and infused to keep driving you to make such brilliant content?
I'll tell you what, there's many different factors. I'm very ambitious, so I've got big goals in life, and one of them is to grow this channel to become something that can add me a passive income, although YouTube's not necessarily passive. But I'll say one of the big motivators for me is those days where I'm thinking about having a day off, and I'm thinking, do you know what? It's cold, I'm tired, I just can't be bothered to film. When I see 365 or the Stack Collector upload a video, it makes me go, if they're doing it, I can do it. And I don't want to miss out on that community involvement and that growth. So 365 and the Stack Collector, seeing you two guys constantly push it as well, that's a good motivator for me. So I would say that getting more involved in the community when you start becoming close friends with those people is a driving factor for you, because you can literally see your friends' channels growing and increasing in views and subscribers and revenue. So it helps drive you to stay in that clique, in that fold. So yeah, that's a motivator for me for sure.
Oh no, that's absolutely brilliant. And just to touch on that, one thing I would say, and I absolutely agree with everything you say there, Future. But I don't know if you're the same, but do you get more excited about seeing your friends' subscriber count go up than you do your own? Like, I'll see yours or 365's go up, and I'll get so excited. But with my own, I get so modest about it. I'm like, well, I just, do you ever feel like that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just going to say, if you can hear me eating, please excuse me. My partner's just brought me in a Pizza Hut, so sorry about that. But yeah, 100%. I mean, 365's channels had an explosive growth. I remember following when he started. He rapidly went up to 1,000, steadied along, and then he had a few viral videos, and now his channel's just like snowballed into one of the biggest pillars of the community. So that was so exciting to see. And the Stack Collector, seeing you grow from 0 to getting that first 500 was amazing. To now being at 617 subs is great. And the fact that you can now start getting involved with the content of, super chats, and it helps develop your channel. But yeah, it's definitely exciting to see your mates grow as well.
No, it absolutely is. I just want to agree with something that 365 just said in the chat. It's absolutely trademark. It's not alive if Future Investment doesn't start eating at some point through it. I can promise you that. Absolutely. So that's brilliant. I hope you enjoy your pizza up, mate. What toppings have you gone for today?
Sorry, I'm really trying to eat quietly, but my headphones are obviously picking it up.
That's fine.
I've got a Texan barbecue pizza with potato wedges and like cheesy Dorito chips, nachos, that's the word. So yeah.
Brilliant. At least you've got a great selection there, mate. While you're eating that, I can see we've had a question in the comments by Mick, who said, question for you guys, do you foresee a time when, due to financial instability, every major media outlet will be telling people to buy gold and or silver? Scots, what's your opinion on that? I'm going to. I would normally pass it to Future first on this one because I think that's probably a bit better suited for him. But I'll give him a couple of minutes to eat his pizza. So we'll have a look at that first. What do you think? Do you think it'll get to a point where you're seeing every major media outlet telling you that you buy silver now, buy gold now? Do you think that's the way it's going?
Yeah. Well, so I was thinking about this today, and I can probably add 2 and 2 together and come up with 5. So I like to think a little bit strategically, but there are quite a few commentaries coming out from select media saying that silver's doing this, and if you watch some of the American or even some of the British channels, they're coming out with all these articles saying silver's doing this, gold's doing that, and I don't know, is that pushed by those that are trying to sell silver and gold? Certainly for us that are a little bit more educated in terms of that, certainly we're going to be picking up on this trend early. So I think there is probably a time where it will get to that stage, just to try and sort of back up government.
Sorry, Scott, just to interrupt you very quickly there. Brilliant answer, but we've had a few more people join us in, so I just want to say hello to 7 Stacks, John West. Cobra Stacker is here. Hey Cobra, it's brilliant to have you here. Also, we've got Coin Noob. It's amazing to have you here too, Coin Noob, and Serpent Silver as well. So thank you so much to everyone for joining us. I do think that was a brilliant answer. Personally, myself, I'm inclined to say I think it'll go the other way, where the more important it becomes to buy gold and silver, the mainstream media outlets will tell you to not buy gold and silver, and what you'll notice is that they are buying it in the background, if you know what I mean, because you tend to find that they there's a lot of misinformation given out these days, if you know what I mean. And I think if it got to a stage where it got important for gold and silver to have people to have gold and silver, they wouldn't want the masses eating up all the gold and silver, and they'd be saying, well, no, don't buy gold and silver because of this, don't buy gold and silver because of that, and at the exact same time, in the shadows, they'll be buying it all up for themselves. So I'm not sure whether the mainstream media will be pushing it out there, but like 365 said in the chat, if you look right now, all the major banks are buying up gold and silver. It's all being done in the background, and I think that's the kind of way the world works, and that's how it will happen. They'll say one thing whilst doing another one. What's your thoughts on that, Future mate? Are you mid slice or?
I'm really trying to be as quiet as possible. Is it annoying?
No, we can't. I'm just checking whether or not you are mid slice, because we can't hear you eating. It's fine. Or I can't.
So you can't hear me. I was worried that you could hear me chewing, so I was trying to take my headphones away from.
No, whatever you were doing was working, mate.
All right, that's good. Just tell me if you can, and I'll disappear for a minute. But do I think that the financial instability of every major outlet will be telling people? I don't know. I feel like investment has always been a topic of it. Talked about if you're in a niche fold. Mm-hmm. Surrounded by those people with similar mindsets, because you're not taught it in schools. You're taught to become an employee, not an employer. Yeah. You're taught to become a saver, not an investor. So I think it depends on I don't think the media will ever be like, buy gold now, it's going to save you, because I don't think the media are going to be bothered to help you. It's down to yourself to help you, and I don't feel like it will ever be that way. But if you are in the community of investments, like we are, some people are more bothered about precious metals. Some people want to diversify. I think if you surround yourself with those mix of people, then you're be updated all the time on what might be the good thing to do. But I don't necessarily ever think like the media outlets are going to help push you towards, preserving your wealth with bullion. So yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. Pretty much like I said. For people like you, you touched on, for people like us, that are in the circles. You'll hear about this more. But yeah, I'm exactly like you, where it's this kind of information is probably kept back from the masses as much as possible. But yeah, no, an absolutely fantastic question there. That was great. I just want to just pick out Stephen's comment. Quickly before I do that, John Ingham is in the chat. I miss you out there, John, and Kimchi has joined us too. So thanks very much for joining us, guys. But Stephen, this is a great comment, and this is what I'm all about. Stephen said, "It's great to hear new sackers and how excited they get. It gives me so much motivation," and it really is true, Scots. I mean, I know you made a comment earlier about maybe you started channel too early, and absolutely not. I mean, I am, like Stephen says there, I'm all for, following the new guys and seeing that from the very beginning. It really is a great thing to experience with the people who are making the channel. And like I say, that's what I did with Future. I watched him from having just this very small collection to amounting just this absolutely amazing very slimline stack, because Future might not have the biggest stack, but when you take into account his multiple 1 ounce gold coins, it's a very it is a valuable stack you've got there, and you've spent your money very wisely over a couple of years, I'd say, Future.
Yeah, thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I mean, you're exactly right. My stack is dwarfed by others for sure. It's quite a small stack compared to what some people might think, considering I'm, a content creator in the community. But it's been an investment that I spent a lot of time thinking about before I purchased, and I tend to do that with all of my investments. I really like to delve into the understanding of what I'm investing in and why, and I spend a lot of time before I make that purchase. As I get more experience, it's allowing me to become quicker with those investments. But yeah, I love gold. I love silver. It's a massive part of my portfolio. It holds a massive value, a massive percentage in my portfolio, and it will grow in the future. I just have other investments on my agenda at the moment. So that's some reason why my portfolio of gold and silver is smaller than others. But I still think it's very, very valuable to hold a good amount to preserve your wealth and hedge against that inflation while you're working on those other investments. So yeah.
Absolutely, and yeah, no, I mean, for one thing, you've got a nice amount of silver. I mean, you've got your 1 kilo coin, and then it's about 100 ounces you've got in 1 ounce pieces in your bars and coins. But the point I'm making is, if you hadn't have bought the 1 ounce gold coins, how much more silver you would have had. I mean, your stack would have been absolutely massive. So it may not appear like that big, but it actually, it's a lot bigger than it appears when you take into account that you've got a good amount of gold and it's not just silver, if you know what I mean. But yeah, no, a great answer. So Scots, going back to yourself, mate. So this is a great opportunity to find out what, as your perspective as a new stacker, where are the places that you're going to buy your silver? What's what are you looking at when you do it? Because for me, I'm very much like Future. When I first got into it, I was looking for this stability of what I was buying, making sure, knowing 100% what I was buying was legitimate. And I thought the best way to do that was go straight to the Royal Mint. A lot of stackers do it, and we all come to learn that, for the price that you're paying at the Royal Mint isn't always worth buying it from them. So I'm just interested to know what kind of revenue sources you have to purchase your silver.
Right, okay. Well, yeah, as you said, everybody seems to start off going to the Royal Mint, and yeah, I was no exception to the rule. What I've been doing is, after Royal Mint, I went on. I think it was one of Brilliant's videos I was watching. Where do I buy my gold and silver? and he came up with about 5 different places, and things like cards, Avex, and what have you. So I started going there. Then more I got into this community and watching and commenting on videos and all that. Certainly, my predominant source of gold and silver now is through Backyard Bully, Cobra Stackers auctions. I must admit, so that's where I am at the moment. I tried to get into the silver forum. Certainly joined it, and I don't know if it's my age or whatever, but I find it a bit confusing. I'm not sure how to buy stuff. Maybe it's my level of membership through that too, but maybe I need to read the guidance a little bit more. But certainly going through Cobra Stackers auctions, that's my primary source at the moment.
Yeah, no, I will say it's a brilliant way to pick silver up. Now, before I go into that and plug Cobra's auctions, I want to say I had intended to really shout out Cobra Stacker's channel tonight, because what we were wanting to do was get him to 1,000 subscribers, because if he got to 1,000 subscribers, he was going to do a Cobra Stacker Christmas speech where he's going to. Nobody knows what it is, but we just know he's going to be doing an amazing giveaway on Christmas Day. However, we don't need to do that, because what we need to do instead is congratulate Cobra on hitting 1,000 subscribers in this last week. That is amazing, isn't it? I mean, seriously, everybody say, round of applause for Cobra in the comments, because that it's an incredible achievement. And we're happy to say Cobra has hit his 1,000 subscribers this week. So well done, Cobra, buddy. But going back to the Cobra auctions, I'm going to be honest, my stack has grown quite considerably since he started doing them. And it is a great place. It really is a great place to pick up some wonderful, amazing pieces of silver. I mean, so different to what's normally out there. And it really is a wonderful place and well worth a membership signing up. You've got to pick.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. The only problem now is that because he's getting that popular, more people are joining the auctions, and I'm not getting the bargains I used to get.
No, that's the more popular we get, the harder it is to get those bargains. There was some definite bargains in the early days of the auction, but there are still a good few bargains. But the great thing about Cobra's auction is it's I'm going to be honest with you. My opinion of Cobra's auction is it's not a bargain bin. The pieces he has in that auction are prestige pieces. They're absolutely amazing. Some of them have got like minuscule mintages, and you just can't pick them up anywhere else. He's had like the Death Star 2 coin he had. You just can't find it anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's great. It is great in that respect. And he does always start the auctions very low. If the prices go a little bit higher, then that's just the people bidding on them. But a great place to purchase silver. I know you've bought some bits from Cobra auctions, haven't you, as well, for Future?
Yeah, I have. I will say that you are never, in my opinion, going to get any bullion cheaper on an auction than you are from Cobra's auction. I mean, the guy is not only fantastic at his auctions, but he started something that wasn't really a thing, at least in the UK. And mark my words, I've said this to you and 365 before. This is going to launch Cobra into the stratosphere of content creators. It's going to literally throw him into the stars, because it's so amazing. And if you're looking to pick up some bullion, maybe you want a 1/10 ounce, a 1/4 ounce, or like me, a 1 ounce Una and the Lion, you can get up some real steals. And the bloke isn't really even doing it to make money. Most of the time he's making a loss, but he's doing it because he loves the community. He loves precious metals. He's got one of the biggest stacks, I think, out of anyone we know in the community. I mean, it's unrivaled.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't recommend enough going to the auctions. So if I wasn't buying silver right now, I mean, I completed on my journey for silver this year, as most of you will know. I would still be there picking up Una and the Lion and Permanent Dragon Bars. But
Future
365, I'm trying to hold back from purchases so I can focus on my other parts of my portfolio.
Future, I'm going to have to interrupt you there, mate, because I've got to let you know you've mentioned Unas just one too many times, and Stephen's getting riled up in the comments. You know, buddy, he's already mentioned the Unas. I've had to turn mine round so he can't see the fact that I've got an Una in the background too. So maybe Ixnay on the Unas day. But, no, no. No, Stephen, another one with an amazing stack. Cobra says he's blushing, so we have to carry on now. We've got to make Cobra blush as much as possible. But no, many a true word spoken though. They are. It's a wonderful place, and as I say, you know, quite a large amount of the silver I've got in front of me has come via the Cobra auction, because it's a wonderful place to get some great silver, and like you say, Future. I think, you know, big things to come from it. It's just going to get bigger and bigger. I've said this to Cobra myself. You know, it's going to get bigger and bigger. I think I think it's going to shoot the moon, as we like to say in the investment world. Brilliant. Okay, so Scots, have you got? You said you had a few questions and some stuff you wanted to share with us tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, if you don't mind, listen,
Not at all.
I've just got I've got about 7 or 8 questions. I've asked a couple already, but this one's directed at you, and it's a nice easy one. It's a simple yes or no, and I probably know the answer already. But is it too late in the year to mow my lawn?
It's probably too late in the year. I mean, tomorrow you probably get away with it. It's not been a bad day today, and it's going to be giving out similar weather tomorrow with a little bit of sunshine. So you might get away with it tomorrow. It technically is a little bit too late in the year, but who knows with the weather? If you get a little mild patch, then you might get away with it. But yeah.
Okay. No. The reason I was asking, I'm not able to cut my grass anymore, and my neighbour was doing his grass and mine at the same time, and this was probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And he's got one of these petrol lawnmowers, and he was cutting the grass, and he ran out of petrol.
Yeah.
And the price of petrol, as it was a couple of months ago, he didn't have enough to fill up the tank. So I had a bottle of this gut rot vodka. So put that in the tank.
Yeah.
It did a not bad job, but my grass was half cut.
I love it. That's a great joke there, Scots. I just want to very quickly say, because Serpent Silver is back to work, and 365 is going to take his kids to the Christmas lights, so he's going to jump off and be back in about an hour's time. So may I have a wonderful time. I hope work goes well for you, Serpent, and definitely let us know how you get on with the Christmas lights at 365.
Do you want a serious question?
Yeah, no. I mean, you can ask any question you want, mate.
No worries. Yeah, there's quite a number of platforms out there now, such as TikTok and Rumble. Which Rumble's probably the closest rival as to YouTube. What's your thoughts? Are you guys on Rumble, and TikTok is totally over my head? I'm sure it's probably simple enough to use, but what's your thoughts on other platforms?
Yeah, you know that's going straight over to you, Future.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I was kind of hoping you might say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question, Scott. I mean, I use a multitude of platforms to help grow my channel, and it really has helped grow. And one of them is TikTok. And you know, I've got a pretty big following over on TikTok, and it definitely had a big effect on the growth of my channel, as well as Twitter and especially Instagram. I think I've got 47,000 followers on Instagram. So if you can utilize it well, and you're someone that's trying to promote your channel, then go for it, because you know you can create a video, you can upload it, and then you can publish it on all of those social medias and promote it with links. So it gives the video much more expansion for people to be able to come and click on that content. And I think that is a real fundamental to building a channel if that's what you're after. So yeah, I don't use Rumble. I've never even used it once, but I use TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And I feel like that's a good little trio there. That kind of helps build that growth. But I think there's always good to look at innovation. If Rumble's something that picks up and it starts becoming really popular, like you say it is, then it's worth investigating for sure.
Yeah, I know Rumble is actually picking up already, Future. That's something I'm aware of myself. I know Rumble kind of started, or at least picked off in 2020, and a lot of creators were getting banned from YouTube for it was a very polarized time due to political reasons in 2020, and yeah, a lot of people found themselves getting banned off. So I know a lot of people had to move over to Rumble at that point. I definitely wanted to pass it over to you because I know that you have the other media sources, your Instagram, etc. It's not something I do at all. I was actually having this conversation with somebody earlier today who started off their own Instagram, and I was saying to him, it's not something I use, but it's I think it's a great way to, like Future says, build your channel and have something there to promote the channel a bit better. I'm a little bit more laid back with my YouTube in Future. It's the idea of having a big channel to me, or a channel blowing off, it's quite scary. I'd like my channel to stay moderately small, because it's easy to manage that way, and I haven't got half of Future's confidence on camera, but yeah, I mean, I think it's it's definitely a brilliant way to help promote your channel alongside YouTube. I just want to give a quick mention to somebody who we've got in the comment, because although they don't produce videos on YouTube, they do have an amazing TikTok channel, and that is CoinNoob71. So if you haven't checked CoinNoob's channel out on TikTok, definitely do so if you are using the app. But how did that answer your question, mate? Did that help?
No, absolutely. Listen, I'm learning from you guys, and every bit of information that you're passing out. Certainly, it's pointing my way forward. Right, okay, Grandad, you're going to have to look into TikTok. Got it.
Yeah, or be like me, mate. Be like me, and just refuse to go with the times. I'd be back in the 1800s if I'd any chance. What about Future? You got any questions you'd like to ask at all?
Yeah, what's the weather like in where you are in Scotland now, mate?
It's drizzly. It's there's a good Scots word for you. It's Greek. It's it's that small rain,
Yes.
and it's cold, and it's kind of miserable. It's Greek.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'd like to add to that on a serious note, if that's possible. Obviously, I know you're relatively new to content creating, but be it precious metals as well. Do you have other investments like a portfolio? Do you diversify, maybe index funds, property, or are you just sticking to precious metals right now? If that's something you're willing to briefly chat about.
I've dabbled in the sort of stocks and shares, but really I didn't know so much about that. So I came out of it and I was looking for another project. So came across through watching various YouTube channels, gold and silver. So I'm only really into this at the moment. But again, my eyes are open, and not looking for opportunities, but certainly if an opportunity comes across my way and I know about it and I can understand it, certainly I'll look into it.
Oh,
Amazing.
Brilliant answer, and an amazing question for the Future. Absolutely amazing question. How are your investments going? I mean, the last time we spoke, you'd just started. Well, not just, but you'd gotten into the S&P 500, hadn't you? And but I think if I've not mistaken, in some of your recent videos, you've been looking at more diversified global markets as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I won't bang on too much because I know I can go off on a tangent when I start talking about the S&P, but I've held it for about 9 months. I absolutely love it. In those 9 months, it dipped into the red twice off of the top of my head. Currently, it's up about 7%, which I'm very pleased with considering I'm in for a short term at the moment, but it seems to perform better over a long term. So that's fantastic. I'm diversified with global markets, like you say. I like the S&P. It's really strong, historically very good. That's the American economy, the market over there. I like to have the FTSE 100, the UK economy. So I'm covering two different economic parts of the globe to spread my risk. But I would also like to maybe look into the Dow Jones and possibly Japan or China going forward as emerging countries, becoming very, very big in the industrial industry. But I love index funds. I'm all over them. I mean, I've only got the two, so it's not like I'm a pro or experienced. I'm far from it. But I really, really feel comfortable with those as an investment that I can just consistently put in an amount every month and let it compound interest on an accumulating system where the interest just gets reinvested. I love it. I feel like it's such a growth system for building wealth. Not to mention precious metals, hedging against crazy inflation in the world right now. So yeah, I love it. But as you all know, I'm looking to get rental properties in the next year or so. So that's kind of where I'm at the minute. But how about you, Stack Collector? I know you've got the S&P and you actually had very good growth on some money you left in there for a period of time. Are you still enjoying that? Do you still hold the S&P?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's not the actual S&P I hold. It's a index fund that's based upon the S&P. So it's it invests in companies that are in the S&P, but weighs the investment slightly differently. So it generally tends to outperform the S&P, which has definitely been my experience. That it might perform just a little better than the actual S&P index itself. So yeah, it's still doing well, mate. I've got the one you're referring to. It's that actually was put away when I purchased the house. But what I did do is I started another one last year or the year before. Year and a half ago, roughly, and that's one that's basically the S&P 500. It's through Fidelity. It's the Fidelity US blend. Large blend cap equity fund, that's that now. I don't see it going to the red anymore. I was lucky because I went in 2021 when the market crashed, and there was quite a big crash that happened in 2021. So I bought in at that time, and the market's come back up now to the point where unless there's quite a large crash, even if there's a dip, I still stay in the green in it. So yeah, it's doing very well. It's actually something I'm going to introduce a lot more on the channel going forward, because as you say, I cost average into it £50 a month, about 2/3 of the way through the month every month, and I'm going to be from January going forward. I'm going to be tracking it on the channel so people can actually see how it's doing, how it's performing from week to week, etc. Which is something I encourage other people to do as well, because it's great to actually show actual examples of how these things are working. I mean, it's brilliant to talk about them. And just to go back to a question I just saw in the chat from Silver, who was saying, is it worth putting 3k into the S&P? It absolutely is. Now Future says this all the time, and it's a great Warren Buffett quote. It's better timing the market beats timing the market. When it's 3k, the problem is putting that much all in one go. You can see a dip, but it will eventually. I mean, there's no guarantee in investments, but if you look at historic yields, year after year after year, if you put it in the S&P 500, I would say it definitely would beat keeping it in a savings account. the thing is, you can, over short periods of time, you can see losses. It depends how long you were looking to save that money. If you were looking to save it on a 5 to 10 year period, I'd say definitely look to get it in the S&P rather than into a savings account. If you were going to look to if you wanted the money again within a year's time, perhaps not to put it in the S&P 500, because as I say, on a 12 months period, you're not guaranteed for it to be up after 12 months. You may be in a dip. So it's one of those, mate. It's very difficult when you're talking about that kind of money. But if it's a long-term investment, it's long-term savings, you've got no plans to use the money in the short period of time, I'd definitely say yes to putting in the S&P 500. What would you say on that, Future, mate?
Yeah, mate, I was nodding my head in agreement, literally listening to you. It was perfect advice with what I think as well. I would say if you've got, how much was it? Was he saying 3,000?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, another way you could look at it would be investing it in the S&P 500. Maybe you haven't done it before. Maybe you're nervous. You can dollar cost your way in the S&P 500 with that $3,000. So what I mean by that is, just because you've got £3,000 sitting there doesn't necessarily mean the smartest thing to do is to dump it all in there at one go. I read some advice from a very, very successful entrepreneur in a book called How to Own the World, written by Andrew Craig. And he said, if you've got a large amount of money, I think he was talking around $50,000, but for the argument of this topic, you can use the £3,000 that you've got because it works the same. Instead of dumping it in one go, creating risk, because you could potentially put it all in and it could dip the next day and you could lose out. It's unlikely, but it could happen. What you could do is you can take that £3,000 and you can dollar cost average your way in. So you could put in £100 a month, or even £200 a month, or even £300 a month of that 3,000, and slowly implement that $3,000 over a period of months into it, allowing you to gain some compound interest on each of those increments you're putting in, while not losing a potential full amount of $3,000 if it was, worst case, to absolutely plummet. So there's an idea for you for what you might want to do. I would probably do that if I had maybe 10 grand sitting around, because it allows me to put money in, and I've also got the rest of that money waiting, but I can use that money on other investments if something comes up. Whereas if you put that $3,000 all in one go, you've locked that money away into one asset, you don't really want to touch it. So that would be the advice that I would say on that. But otherwise, I completely agree with the Stack Collector, yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that's absolutely a brilliant answer, actually. Despite having all the money right now, there's no need to put it in one go. Just feed that money into it in a dollar cost average. That's absolutely brilliant, mate. It really is. So thank you very much for tagging that on. Scots, what I'd like to say is but given that, have you got any questions based on that as somebody who's not so experienced in this kind of thing?
At the moment, I'm trying to look at my silver stack. I've got a plan in my head for 2024 regarding sort of building a stack there. That's the plan in the head at the moment. But going forward, it's something I like to investigate myself. And once I've exhausted my investigation and knowledge, I'll probably seek out some further advice from the very well-read Future Investments or definitely him regarding what's working. I know Warren Buffett says if you got money, you'd be daft. Or worse to that effect, not to invest in the SP 500. I know he's a great praiser of that.
Yeah, he is, and he was one of the guys I researched heavily when I first got into investments. And you're absolutely right. It's 100% what Warren Buffett says. Is if to the average Joe, if you want to get into investing, just dollar cost average in the S&P 500. That's exactly what Warren Buffett says. It's Warren Buffett is the best investor on the planet, and if that's his advice, it can't be too bad, can it? You know what I mean? But yeah. No, that's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, no. What I was getting at more out of it is, from a fresh pair of eyes, what kind of I know you say you're going to stick into silver going forwards, but what kind of questions would you have about the S&P 500? Just in case there's anybody else watching who's perhaps not an expert on it and would like to understand it a little bit better.
I suppose, well, there are various trading platforms that you can use to get into stocks and shares. Is there any platforms that Future Investment uses or would recommend? Or routes into the market?
It's a great question.
Good question. I mean, it's a tricky question to answer, to give a question, because you don't know much about it. So, but what you asked there is a very important and good question. I use Trading 212. It's what I was again, another benefit of being in a community. You can bounce off of people who've already done it. So you can, instead of going in blind, you can get really good advice, so you feel much more comfortable. And that's exactly what I did. 365 helped me out with the S&P, and he recommended Trading 212, and that's what I've used ever since. It's worked for me. There's no costs at the minute. You can invest on direct debit monthly basis, which is great if you want to be a hands-off investor and you want to forget about it. There is a small fee after you invest. I think it is around $2,000 using the auto direct debit service. It's like a 0.6% charge. So it's very small. Don't quote me on those exact figures, but you get the idea. However, you can manually every month just deposit money into your balance account and then manually select your stock and just simply click buy. And that way there's no fees. And that's what I do. I absolutely love doing that. It keeps my investment to the best investment price possible, because obviously you don't want to be paying fees. Another great thing about using Trading 212, which I'm sure you can do on other platforms, is by opening up an ISA, it allows you to invest up to £20,000 a year, or £19,999, tax-free, which is, of course, an astronomical amount of money. If you're doing it like most people, when you get paid, that's around £1,666 a month. So most people aren't going to be investing that amount a month, so you're never going to hit that threshold where you're not taxed on it or whatever. So it's a really great way of investing on a low cost, tax-free investment. So yeah, I would recommend Trading 212 under an ISA account, but don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other options out there. It's just I use that one, so that's what I feel comfortable with. But I'm sure maybe the Stack Collector could add to that, because he may know of something else or may even use a similar one.
Yeah, absolutely. I can remember I said to you before, 212 is the UK platform I recommend myself as well. When I tried to sign up to 212, they were at full capacity and they weren't allowing anyone else to create an account, so they had to put you on a waiting list. I think it took at least 6 months till I got an email off them saying that I could open an account, by which time I'd obviously opened one up on eToro, which is based in the USA. It's one that I'm slowly closing all my trades down in that and moving them over. I would use Trading 212 for trading, because I do a small amount of short-term trading. But like what Future says, it's very important to try and have your investments in an investment ISA if possible, because of those tax-free benefits. As he's very correctly said, up to £20,000 per year, you can invest completely tax-free in the investment ISA. I don't have my investment ISA in 212. The company I have my investment ISA in is a company called Fidelity. They're quite a good company, quite a good online broker. Very no frills. It's perhaps a boring platform maybe, but it does well. It performs pretty well. It's got I'm in what I consider to be a good a good indice, which is performing really well. I'm not on the right computer. I'd have to be on my other computer to check the balance of it at the moment. But as I say, I'm going to be showing that on the channel a lot more going forwards, and showing people, how good it can be to dollar cost average, and the benefits you can get out of that. So yeah, as I say, the one I use for my investment ISA is Fidelity, but 212 I absolutely recommend as well. As Future said, there are other platforms out there, especially if you're looking for different kinds of trading. I just want to go back to a couple of questions that we've had in the chat, guys, if that's okay, because we've had a couple of people ask about Bitcoin and what our opinions are on Bitcoin, and I know they've named you in there. It was APM. Here we go. What's your thoughts on crypto? I know Future Investment said he was considering Bitcoin, wondering if FI has looked into any further. So did you look into any further, mate? Did you pull the plug, or are you still considering?
No, it still hasn't been done, but APM's right. I am going to be investing in Bitcoin. I've mentioned it before. Honestly, like I said earlier, I only tend to invest in investments that I truly understand and feel comfortable with. Now, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, I know very little about, next to nothing, but I do know that there is potential in it. And the way I look at it is, I am willing to invest an amount of money that I'm going to set and forget. I'm going to use the set and forget strategy. And the simple reason is, I do believe that I would rather risk £1,000, let's say, in Bitcoin and lose it than not invest. And I could have potentially made 5x or 10x my money. So I'm going to be using the set and forget strategy. I think it's going to be fun to add a riskier investment to my portfolio, because currently all of my investments are long-term, low risk. So I'm going to be adding an investment of Bitcoin under a set and forget strategy, putting in, let's say, £1,000, and I'm going to forget about it, because I would, like I said, I would much rather lose that money than in 5 to 10 years go, bloody hell, why did I not just put £1,000 in, because I've 5x, 10x, or even more on my money. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing. But obviously right now it's December, it's an expensive time of year. I am planning on doing that, and I 100% will do that, hopefully early next year. So answer to your question, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still planning on going ahead, and that's my plan. What about yourself, the Stack Collector and ScotsSilver? Do you guys have cryptocurrencies, and are you going to continue investing in them or start investing in them?
Yeah, no, Scots. Sorry, mate. I was going to say, yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I don't have any sort of crypto at the moment, but I'm going to be winning the Creative Precious Metals 500 subscriber giveaway.
Good luck. Good luck.
Fingers crossed. Then I'll have a foot in that sphere. No, I've not got anything like that at the moment. Once I'm in bed, it kind of scares me. It kind of scares me that I've sort of missed the boat on that from the early days. But there we go. We can see a comment from Global Stackers went up. Was it 10 grand in the last couple of months? So yeah, there's still movement there. So it's an intriguing concept. But I'm a typical man. I can't juggle too many things at the same time. So that's my plan. I plan on winning that giveaway.
That's a great. It is a great plan. It is a great plan. Stephen, just ask a question regarding gold and silver, and we will gladly talk about it, mate. I will just very quickly just add on to that. I mean, the thing is, right, Cobra's right in what he's saying. Cobra's got me very, very tempted recently and speaking to Cobra about it has got me very, very tempted into having a little dip into crypto. Now, for me personally, it's nothing against crypto. I'm probably going to kick myself down the line, but I just don't understand crypto. I understand stocks and shares. I've got quite a good knowledge of stocks and shares and how the market works. You know, I could tell you the difference between a CDF and an ETF and a CFD, sorry. I could tell you the difference between an index fund and an indice. I could tell you the difference between a future and a commodity. I have a really good grasp of all these things. So I've got a good understanding of how the market works when it comes to stocks and shares and your traditional market trading. I don't have that knowledge on crypto, and I'm going to try and get myself more up to speed with it and how it works, because it's definitely now on my radar. Where it wasn't before. A year ago it was complete. NFTs and cryptos were just, it was actually a golden rule that I don't do NFTs, I don't do crypto. But now, I am, like Future said himself, I'm definitely seeing the potential in Bitcoin. Everything Cobra said in the chat about it halving in March is correct, and the likelihood is as soon as that halve happens, then it's going to be a huge spike in the cost of Bitcoin, because there's supply and demand. There's half the supply, so the demand is increased twofold. It is definitely on my radar. I need to get a better understanding of it before I actually pull the plunge and put that money in. But I think crypto is it's definitely something that people need to be at least looking into going forwards 100%. But definitely a very interesting topic though, absolutely. But we need to talk about something related to gold and silver to appease Stephen. So Future, why don't you show us your Uno and the Lion bar, just to let him know that he didn't manage to get that single one.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's pick up that Uno. Now, some of you will know that Uno is my favourite bar and favourite precious metal, actually. Try not to bash the camera. I love it. I mean, the design is stunning. Unfortunately, Stephen holds 80% of the population of Uno and the Lion bars. So if you're trying to get any, you may struggle, because Stephen has, like I say, 80% of the entire minting of Uno and the Lion. But I love it. I did see that 365 has a 10-ounce Uno and the Lion bar, and I sent him a cheeky message the other day, and I said, I'm not supposed to be buying any silver, but if you ever sell it, let me know, because they're just stunning. And like any precious metals, I find that most stackers, their only regret is that they didn't buy more. So if I get any more in the future, it's gonna be Uno bars for sure.
Yeah, I don't fault you at all. Could you imagine if we all had the foresight that Stephen had? You know what I mean? It's like that was an incredible investment he did when he got those the price he got them for. Well done, Stephen. I don't know what you mean about how rude. We've moved on to silver. Scots, mate, this might not be so difficult for you, but have you got any favourite pieces in your stack as of yet?
Sorry, mate, I missed that. Have I got any what, sir?
Have you got a favourite piece in your stack? Any that jump out?
What's my favourite coin?
Yeah.
Hold on. I think it changes all the time, but has to be this thing here. It's the Queen's Beast completer coin.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great coin.
Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. The detail. I picked this up when I was very new to stacking, collecting, and just looking at the detail, I was just taken away with it all. And honestly, it's my favourite. It's my favourite piece. But right, maybe not gold and silver, but can I show you something?
Yeah, of course you can, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
But when I was having to get rid of, liquidate some of my stack into a local coin, local collectibles shop, antique shop, they had some coins available, and look, I just picked them up because I like to look at them. And I purposely not researched them because I want to see if I can pick your brains and see what I've got.
Okie doke.
So this one's here. Whoop. There's that. Is that coming up okay?
Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger, buddy. 1 second. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, 1 second. I'm just going to... There we go. We made it a little bit bigger for everyone. So that, to me, looks like a 1953 Queen Elizabeth II coronation crown. Oh, I'm losing future.
And I've got... So that's the one where the Queen's on her horse.
Yes, okay, so that will be the 1953 Queen's coronation. Sorry, I've taken future out of the...
It's the same one here.
Okie doke, yeah.
And it's a different... It's got the Queen's head.
Okay, so that one will probably be that will be the 19. It's the New York British exhibition. The date is
1960. You're right.
Yeah, I couldn't recall the date, but it's the if that was to celebrate the British exhibition over in New York. They're lovely coins. They are lovely coins. It's the same design as that's on the Martin Jennings 50p, which was the first 50p to show King Charles's effigy on it. Absolutely great coins. They are wonderful little coins. I've got one of them. I've got in silver proof. I don't think we did the other one in silver proof, but oh no, I don't think we did either of those in silver proof. Actually, I'm lying there. They didn't do those two or the Churchill in silver proof. The first one they did was the 25th birthday of Her Majesty the Queen, which is a shame because I would love to own them in silver, but it's not possible to do so. But they are lovely little coins. You actually. If I remember correctly, part of your first ever collection was the 7 crowns of Queen Elizabeth II, weren't they, Future?
They were the ones you sent me, weren't they, Stack Collector?
No, I sent you a couple, but you've got that set, haven't you? You've got it's got a blue background.
Yes, you're right. I've actually took them out of the casing now, and I've mixed them all with the ones you've given me. So I've got a good old selection now. But I actually found those at a boot sale back in my early days of stacking precious metals, very early days. I found them, and they were £5, and I thought, you know what, that's worth a punt. And I ended up buying them. I did look when I got home, and they sell for like £15 a set now. So it was a good little buy. Obviously not going to make you rich, but just at the time I was keen on adding coins to the stack. I must say now I'm much more of a strict investor. I really stick to bullion as intangible investments. I used to collect a lot of British sterling coins, commemorative edition coins, and I still look for them in my change, but I don't go out of my way to specifically buy them now. But yeah, I do hold a pretty good stack actually, and a lot of it's thanks to you, because you sent me an awful lot, and it takes pride and place in my secret stash.
No, that's absolutely fine. And I remember you said, because you was it the 100 subscriber giveaway that you won the Churchill crown on? And then because I'd been wanting to send you some coins for ages, like even before I started my channel, I was constantly saying to you one time I wanted to send you some coins, but at the time you didn't have an address to send it to. And I remember when I finally got the chance to send you something because you won something, I was like, right, that's it, he's having it. I've been wanting to send him these for ages. I'm going to put him because I know you had the commemorative 50p's, the £2. You had the first ever 1 penny, the new penny, and I know you had all those bits. So I thought, no, I've got to throw some together and send them out in a box. And that was a good time. That was when you received that, because it was a nice little. I like to think of it as a little coin collector's starter kit, as it were.
Yeah, it was. I'm quite OCD, so I separated all of the lovely pieces that you sent me, which are numismatic coins, and they're all their own section. Everything for me is separated, so like silver separated from gold, all of that. And my numismatic and my commemorative coins, they're all together in like a stack of numismatic stuff. So yeah, every now and then I go and just have a little look at them and sift through them.
That's brilliant. So, Scott, now you have been considering old silver recently, haven't you? I know you've commented on one or two of my videos when I've shown older silver that it's something you've been considering. It. Have you thought any further about getting a little bit of old silver?
Well, it's really these two things that have sort of piqued my curiosity. I mean, I don't suspect they're worth very much because the guy that he just gave me them for nothing.
Yeah.
So I think they're just pretty things, but it's something I want to look into.
Yeah.
And get to know a little bit more about next year. So that's my 2024 goal. Get more knowledge in terms of the numismatic coins that are out there. And I've been collecting all my 50 pences as well, the picture ones that I've been getting in my change. Don't get a lot up here, to be honest, but I've picked up a few sort of Paddingtons and Beer Click Potter, and I've got so one you seen that, so
is that
lovely, nice coin?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
2019
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, and this one here. So again, I'd never came across one before, but
yeah, I like that one.
It's a 78 ER.
Yeah, that's the 2020 Queen's Platinum Jubilee.
Yeah. So I've been picking up on them, and I thought, right, okay, I'm just watching yourself exactly, just with your 50 pence collections, and picking up on the rarity ones as well. That was fascinating, by the way. I had one of those offside rule 50 pences, so I contacted you and you said, no, it's okay, you've not thrown away £1 million, so that made me happy.
Yeah, just sorry, Kilnews just said in the chat 2 versions of that, and yeah, he's absolutely right. On a few of the coins, the reverse was the one that you've shown earlier with Queen Elizabeth on horseback. So yes, there was 2 versions of the Platinum Jubilee. So yeah, thank you for pointing that out, Coinnoob. That's great. Yeah, no, I'm as you say, I'm a big fan of the 50p's. You know, I do really enjoy the 50p's. My album is getting there. It's I've still got some of the not intended for circulation coins that I need to get, but it is definitely getting there. Now I've got a little bit of a funny story to tell you, Future, about old coinage. Now I say to Future because Future will realise how long it's been for me to sort out my old pennies. It's been literally months, hasn't it, mate? And yeah, I was going at it yesterday. I really went at it hard, and I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to sit here until I finally got them all sorted. So I did it. You know, I'm talking thousands and thousands, and yeah. I finally got there. I got to the end, and I was going to send Future and 365 and a couple of the other guys a video message saying, I can't believe it, I finally sorted through all my pennies. So I thought, you know what, I'll get all my half pennies out and pour them into the big tub I've got for sorting through them. And the first biscuit tin I opened, it was cram full of old pennies. So yeah, I thought I'd finally got there, mate, but no, I've still got one last biscuit tin to sort through all of old pennies. But as soon as I've done that, I will finally have them all sorted.
Mate, I feel your pain. I know how many you've got, and it's an insane amount. So yeah, fair play to you. I remember in COVID, I've got a pretty big stack of original Pokemon cards from the 90s when they were first released.
Yeah.
And during COVID, obviously none of us could go out and stuff like that. So I got it all out on my dining table, and it was a complete mess. And I decided to go through them all, a bit like you, and organise them from rarity to common and popularness and all of this stuff. And it was one of those things that you start out with good intentions and it's exciting. You're like, yeah, this is going to be good. But go forward 4 hours later and you're like, I just want to finish now. So, yeah, fair play to you for going through it all. I'd love to see a reveal stack, actually, of all of your numismatic coins in one video. That would be amazing.
I can't wait, mate. It's the reason I started the channel, to share my whole collection with everyone, to show you personally, but specifically my entire collection. And it's such it's like you say, it's so daunting because last year I did all the old silvers, the non-silver silvers, so the copper nickel silvers, and that, you know, by the end of it, you're just so sick of doing it. That put me off so much, but I finally pushed myself to get through the pennies I thought. But as soon as I've done that, I've only got the half pennies left to do, and then I've got, you know, I've gone through every single one of my coins, got them into date order. I've just picked up actually, Future, you'll really like this, because I've just picked up a couple of new collect albums today. Actually, we came in the post, and Future, check out the stamps that they sent on the package. Can you see that, mate?
There's a slight delay. I'm waiting for some reason. I can't see you on my camera, so I'm watching through the live stream.
Yeah,
for everyone else.
Yeah.
There's a slight delay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you know for when it comes up. You've got Lando Calrissian, Moff Tarkin.
Oh, Star Wars. Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. You know what? I had no interest in stamp collecting, but I've now got a little stamp collection coming on, and I don't know what's gone wrong there, but when you get stamps like that, and that Kitty Pride stamp I got when BYB sent out all of. Can you remember that when BYB sent out the 365 Days of Silver 1 gram bars? They came with the Kitty Pride stamp on them, didn't they, mate?
Yeah. Now I've just seen your stamps appear now. Yeah, I must say I want some of those. They're epic. I'm not a stamp collector either, but anything Star Wars, it kind of makes me instantly hooked onto whatever it is. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, the only other stamps that I've got are what I've taken off letters that people have sent to me, but those ones, I'm cutting them out. I'm keeping them, definitely. They're super cool, absolutely. What about you, Scotch? What's your thought of stamps?
Stamps? No. No. Again, but listen, I knew nothing about gold and silver to begin with, and I looked into that, and got quite enthused. I know nothing about numismatic stuff, but I promised myself I'd look more into that and make sure I'm not missing out on any opportunities there. So stamps, again, nothing I've looked into previously, but I'm not closed off to opportunities. But give me my honest answer. Not in the moment, but open to having a look.
I don't fault you at all. I don't see stamps as an investment at all. It's just, sometimes I think it's just nice to collect things you like, not because they're particularly worth a lot. I mean, that's a lot of the old coins I've got. They're not worth anything, but I love having the date runs. Just want to say I'm sorry if I've missed you, Darth, but Darth's let us know that he's off. So Darth, it's been great having you here, mate. Sorry if I've left you. And to Coin Noob, I'm catching you up, buddy. I will get there soon. I promise you, I will catch you up because Coin Noob's got an amazing collection. He's got like literally all of the commemoratives, and I mean all of them. So yeah, he's got a great collection of 50p's and a wonderful collection of silver. So as I say earlier, if you haven't checked out his channel on TikTok, definitely do that. But I promise you, mate, I will catch you up soon and have all the NIFCs too. Just let us know, each of our own with stamps. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's I mean, if we were bad talking about the S&P 500 earlier, I think we've really gone off the wall with stamps, haven't we? So I think now's the time to ask people what we think shape the Earth is. Scots, very quickly, round or flat? Round.
I love the delay there.
The suspense was killing me. Future, quickly, round or flat?
Round.
Round. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with both of you because we've established in previous lives, the world is round, but it is also flat, just like a pizza. So yeah, that's the official answer. It's
I
not.
think it says ScotsSilver has just left the live stream.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I just find that funny. It's a quote from a show I watch. So yeah, I just find it funny. But yeah, that's it. So we've done flat Earth. We've got that over and done with, and now we're going to move on. But yeah, so
I have got a little question for Scots, if that's all right, if I can jump in there.
I was literally just about to ask if you had any questions. So that's brilliant. Go ahead.
That was good timing then. Yeah, I've got two questions for you, Scots, if that's all right. How long have you been stacking precious metals? And secondly, do you own any gold bullion? If you're willing to say yes or no. And yeah, that's my because I know you've got silver. I've seen a couple of your videos now, but yeah. How long have you been stacking precious metals, and do you stack any gold?
Bought my first Britannia from the Royal Mint the first week in July this year. And so, yeah, not very long at all. Do I own gold? Yeah, I've got a gold sovereign, and I've got a quarter ounce, no, not a quarter ounce, a quarter sovereign that again got from Cobra Stacker's auction. I think it was the second auction they ever did. I got an absolutely blinding deal at that auction. So that's my gold at the moment. That's the thing that confuses me, or something I'm having a bit of an issue with trying to resolve. Do you stack the affordable and available, obtainable silver, or do you save up, grab that bit of gold? That's something I've got. So I've got a couple of bits of gold, but mainly it's silver I'm holding.
Awesome. Yeah, it's cool to hear that. I think that's a lot of the way new stackers start as well. Silver's the cheaper, funner, less scary entry into precious metals. So everyone seems to big up on silver a bit and then slowly increment into getting more gold. Some of us have gone the other way. I mean, I think I started with 1 gram gold bars, and then I've gone the other way and gone crazy on silver. So yeah, but yeah, thanks for that. Really interesting for me and Stack Collector, and for people in the live stream who might not have seen your channel yet, to get an idea of where you started, what you've got, and where you're going forward. So it gives a nice basis for your channel.
No, I appreciate the question. It's something. Yeah, I think the silver is obtainable. It's actually, the cost was at 85 to 1, or I don't know what the current ratio is in terms of gold and silver. But the gold's just got that luster, that thing. It's something that I want to try and probably strive for. But building up, sort of what I call trickle stacking into my silver stack, and I don't know, trade that in for some gold in the future, or maybe even just increase my silver as I become more affluent. Fingers crossed going forward. It's something I'm hoping to do. Get more gold, get more silver. Give me it all. Give me the precious.
Yeah. No, brilliant. Can I'd just like to say on that, and Coin News just interestingly touched on what I'm going to say, because he's put trouble for me with gold is I can find 15 nice bits of silver for one soft, and what I would say on it is this would go down to the individual, because what's more important to you? Are you looking more for an investment? or are you looking more to have a stack? Because I love having my silver. I love collecting silver. I love the variety in it. I love being able to have the amount of 1 ounce coins that I've got. Now I just physically would not be able to afford that with gold. However, that being said, gold is a much better investment than silver, because the amount of premium you're paying on your silver is a much higher amount than you would be with your gold. So if you're solely investment orientated, I'd say gold is probably the better one, and it's probably better to save up for gold than to keep investing in silver and then look to exchange the silver to gold, because, as I say, the amount of premium that's been eaten up on your money is a lot higher in the silver. So, you know, the problem is, and Future will be able to touch on this a little bit more as well. You know, when you're looking at gold now, or you're looking at just silver, like, one question to ask yourself is, do you buy the sovereign and wait to buy the sovereign, or do you buy the 1/10 of the 1 gram bar, as in when you can afford it? Because you know, what you've got to look at there is, will the price go up more than what I've paid in the premium along the way? Because if the price of gold is going to go up more than what you're paying in the premium, it's better to get the little bits along the way, and then it's, you know, your dollar cost average your way up. But if you think your price, you know, sometimes it may be better to hold on and wait and then buy all that gold in one go, because you're paying much less of a premium. But because you're paying so much more of a premium on silver, you know, if you're looking investment orientated, to me personally, I think one thing I've come to learn since I started stacking is, investment wise, and I think Future will agree with this, gold is the better metal. But if you're wanting to have a nice collection, a nice stack, and I'll be honest with you, for me, just having it there, looking at it, picking up, playing with it, and seeing all the different designs, that brings a certain happiness into my life, and I love that. So I would say it very much goes down to the individual and what they're looking to get out of their stacking, and it's like, you know, a lot of us say, everyone is different, and buy what you love.
Well, this is probably it for me. I don't know what I'm wanting out of this. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm enjoying collecting. I'm enjoying getting these 4 pieces, and the variety that we're getting in terms of the silver. Again, I'm just enjoying it, and seeing where this takes me. I'd like to. I know I'd probably like to collect, and what have you, with more gold, more silver. But again, I'm just enjoying it, and as I get more into it, as I say, I'm only 6 months into buying anything. We'll see how this goes. I'm certainly going to have a look at and see what's happening, and get more invested and get more knowledge through watching you guys, listening to you guys, speaking to you guys and the community on what's working. What are you guys doing, and make a decision in terms of what I'm going to do going forward. So at the moment, I've no plan, I've no end game. I'm just enjoying myself and see where it takes me.
No, that's brilliant. That touched on something I want to bring up in a moment. But before I do so, I just want to pass over to Future. What's your thoughts on gold versus silver as an investment metal? Would you agree with what I said, or would you have your own opinion on that, buddy?
No, I agree with you. I think, like you said, gold's the better investment. It's a larger store of wealth, therefore preserving more of your wealth and capital against inflation. It's capital gains tax exempt if you're going for sovereigns or Britannias. It's not got 20% VAT on, unlike silver, you get 20% VAT. And there's larger premiums on silver as well. Bullion dealers have to add more premiums on to silver because there's less profit margins in it. So it becomes more expensive, therefore it becomes slightly worse financial investment. So I think it's good to have both. Like I always say, it's better to have some gold rather than no gold. I think the same applies to silver. But I think if you're only going into this to store wealth, to make some money in the future while preserving that wealth, then gold's the investment for you. If you're going in as a bit more of a collector, then maybe silver might be considered the better option because you can get all of the lovely pieces that you want. Silver sometimes looks even better than gold, and it's much, much cheaper. So yeah, I think it's great to have both, but going forward, I prefer gold, but I do hold silver as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, the big difference between the two is it's a lot more important to shop around for silver than it is for gold because of those premiums that you initially pay from the original mints. So, and one thing I've come to learn is it doesn't matter if you're a weight stacker and you just want to get standard Britannias. Just like yourself, Future, you're a perfect example of a weight stacker because you literally just go through the same stuff. It doesn't matter if you want to do it that way. It doesn't matter if you want to be a pure collector stacker, just like I am, where you just get one of each coin. What matters is where you're getting your coins from, because if you want to weight stack and all you're doing is buying them brand new from the Royal Mint standard Britannias, you're going to pay a lot more than someone who's going to buy a tube of them off a Silver Forum. You just are, and I think this is something you've definitely come to learn yourself as well along the way, isn't it, Future?
Yeah, definitely. You're right, I'm a weight stacker. I don't really even go for sets. I just go for the pieces that I like. When it's gold, I absolutely am a complete just weight stacker, Britannias and Britannias only. Really, I've got a couple of pant bars in there, but yeah, otherwise it's Britannias for me. You're right though, silver is the place. Silver you want to shop around for. You can find some much cheaper deals, and you need to do that really when it comes to silver because you don't want to be paying those fat premiums when you can get it much cheaper elsewhere, making it a bit more of a nicer investment. Whereas when you buy it from these bullion dealers, sometimes it's hard to justify because it's just far too expensive. But you're right, with gold is so strong, it goes up so much every year. You don't really even need to shop around. Sometimes you don't, I think, even need to consider the price point of gold because, like I like to say, I think sometimes it's better just to have some time in the market than rather trying to time the market. I've made that mistake myself, missed out, and should have just bought pieces. So yeah, great advice from the Stack Collection. I agree. Yeah. Regarding silver, definitely try and shop around, and you can definitely find some much cheaper pieces on places like the Silver Forum. I was late to the game with that. I should have gone earlier because I could have saved myself an awful lot of money. But like most people, I was nervous, buying from a Silver Forum, buying from any forum. Am I going to get sold fake silver? I don't want to spend 100, 500, 700 pounds on a big bulk order and find out that I've been, I've been scammed. So that's a natural reaction to that. But when it comes to investing, it's really important, I think, to try and keep emotions out of investing and try and look at the numbers and the statistics and the figures. And that will always, pretty much 9 times out of 10, lead you to making the right decision.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I just want to answer Kimchi's question for you, Future, because he's asked what gold Britannia you're talking about, and it's a 1/4 ounce and 1 ounce, because I do know that's the 2 weights that you stack when it comes to gold, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I love 1/4 ounce gold and 1 ounce. I have a mixture, a bit of everything, but predominantly 1 ounce gold and 1/4 ounce are my favourites for sure.
No, absolutely. And I just want to go touch back on something you were saying just then as well, because I absolutely agree with you. Whereas what you were saying, shop around when it's silver, whereas you said it's not as important to shop around when it's gold. I actually think I feel a little more strongly than that. I think it's better when it comes to gold. It's actually better to stick with the main dealers and pay that bit extra premium, but have that reassurance that what you're getting is real, because when you're talking gold, you're talking large amounts of money. The difference in what you're paying for gold off from the dealers compared to the second-hand market is a much smaller gap. So I'd say with gold you may be better off actually sticking to the dealers rather than silver. 100%, like you say, shop around to get those good prices. I mean, obviously be careful. Yeah, absolutely. Be careful with the silver still, because there's still fakes out there. But we've all heard those stories, haven't we? Where somebody takes their huge stack of, we're buying sovereigns from the same place all their life, take it back, and it finds out every single one of them's a fake. You know what I mean? That must be so gut wrenching to find out.
Yeah, sorry, no, that's what I meant. I mean, I agree with you. Silver, go for the forums, you can get it cheaper. But with me, I will always go for gold from bullion dealers.
Yeah.
You're completely right. The pricing isn't that much different from buying second hand, and you're guaranteeing authenticity. And when you're spending, let's say you're picking up a 1 ounce gold Britannia, it's going to be setting you back around 1,700 quid, give or take the price point. So you don't want to be taking a chance for the sake of 50 quid. Just go for a bullion dealer when you're buying gold, and you can really guarantee 100% that's what you're getting. But yeah.
Yeah, 100%, because, you might think, well, it's 50 quid and those 50 quids add up. But that 50 quid becomes a very small amount of money when it's, if it goes the other way, it's worthless. You know what I mean? You've spent all that money on something that's not worth anything. But, it's, absolutely, like you said before, I just wanted to touch a bit more on the gold for the dealers. But, 100%. I'm just waiting for Scots to let us know when he's back, because I saw him chat that he's popped off for a moment. So there's something I want to pick up when he's back.
I'm back.
You're back, mate. Yes, brilliant. Welcome back. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watching along in the chat. It is great to have you all there. If you do have any questions, pop them in, and we will try and get through them as much as possible. And I do apologise if I've missed anyone who's joined us. I can see 365 is back. He has asked a question. We've already answered it. 365. We've got two rounds, and a round but also flat, just like a pizza, is the answer to your question there. But
we did have another question. I just want to help you out there, because it's not easy as you're leading the live to always catch the question. So I'll just let you know that Addicted to Precious Metals did say, question: have either of you cleaned any silver? And if not, I offer a great service.
Brilliant. Yes. No. Absolutely. Thanks for pulling that one out. And he's right. He's 100% right. He offers. He does offer a service where he does things to coins, and he calls that cleaning. And we have a great announcement, because we're going to be giving away a few very nice pieces of silver on next Saturday's Stack Chat. One of which is going to be a piece of silver that has been professionally and officially cleaned by APM himself. So yes, definitely tune in next week if you would like to be in with your chance to win that. Can you imagine that, guys? A piece of silver that APM's actually cleaned himself. That's a prize and a half, isn't it?
As long as he's not cleaning any gold that I might win in the future draw, I'm alright with that.
I'll take it. I don't care. I'm getting any conditions.
No, mate.
Actually, that makes more sense. Actually, I'm with ScotsSilver. I changed my mind there.
I think it's brilliant. I mean, we're going to be doing a certificate of authenticity to go with it, which will have the TSC wax seal of authenticity on it. And I wish I could try and win it myself, because it's a great little momentum, absolutely. But the question I wanted to getting back to this series chat, but it's. Because we touched on it very, very briefly before you went away, Scott, where you said you haven't, you're just buying it at the moment. I would say having a exit strategy is really, really important when you're buying precious metals, because it should massively affect what you're buying, because what you want to do with it down the line depends on what you should be buying now. What I mean by that is, if your plan is in 20 years that you're going to go to the bullion dealer and you're going to sell it all back into the bullion dealer, but you're going out and you're buying silver proofs and really low mintage, high value items, you're buying the wrong things. And you should be doing what Future's doing, just buying the standard stuff at the lowest price you possibly can do, because you're going to get a low price. But if your plan is to do what I'm doing and maybe not even sell the silver and pass it on, it doesn't really matter what you're buying, because you're never going to sell it if it were. And I just wanted to say, like, Future, what's your exit strategy when it comes to this? With specifically more with your precious metals than your other investments like your S&P 500, etc. What is your end goal for your stack?
It's a good question. The honest answer is probably very different to most of the precious metals stackers. It's going to be sold. I'm going to liquidate it all. My entire plan for my investment is to retire early. And I'm 27 now. Some of you may have thought I was older. I doubt many of you thought I was younger, but I do not want to be working till I'm 67. That's the simple answer. So I'm planning to use my wealth that I can create going forward and that I have now to give me the freedom of life that it offers and allow me to retire early and do the things I want to do. So not only is it for security, but it's to retire early. So it will be liquidated. So I plan on selling it all. I don't have any children. Whether that changes in the future is a big question mark. But if I was to have kids, I'd probably leave it to them. Precious metals, at least. But if it stays the way it is, it's getting liquidated. How about yourself, Stack Collector and Scots?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
I was just going to pass that back to you. Sort of question: would you be liquidating it all at once, or would you be doing it in stages?
That's a good question. I think I can't answer that now because financially I don't know where I'll be in the future, if that makes sense. Hopefully in a good position. I feel like I would probably liquidate it in one go. Having said that, if I've done well with my investments and I'm quite financially comfortable, logically it probably wouldn't make sense to liquidate it all because it would be, it would make sense if I didn't need the wealth to liquidate it in increments to supply the lifestyle that I like. So I can enjoy my lifestyle and then sell it off as I need it. So in the time while I'm enjoying my early retirement, I'm still preserving wealth, I guess, and looking after my finances. So I'd like to say sell it in one go because it'd be great to get that big amount of money, wouldn't it? I mean, who doesn't want a big lump of cash sitting right in front of them to enjoy? But the smart investor inside of me will probably say liquidate it in increments. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you're going about it the 100% right way for that because, like, it's no secret what you stack is Britannia's, Una's, and Dragon Bars. Really, that's it, isn't it? So I mean, other than you'll have your Unas and you'll have your Dragon Bars, which I highly recommend when it comes to sell. Don't take them to a bullion dealer. Look to sell them on the secondary market yourself for a better price because by the time look at how valuable a Una is now. By the time you look to liquidate, say it's in 10 years time, 15 years time, who knows what we're going to be worth then. So those ones, yeah, absolutely look to do them on the secondary market, but the rest of your stack, so 95% of your stack probably is exactly the kind of stuff that you do want to take straight down to the bullion dealer, and I think you probably do better. I mean, this is obviously my opinion, but you'll probably do best cashing out in one go if you see a nice spike in the market and think the time's now. Let's jump while it's hot and cash out because doing the standard Britannia. That it makes it so easy when you do look to cash out. It really does. Because I know a lot of people. They're all about getting the nice stuff and the different stuff, but there's a lot of benefits to just getting just being a standard weight stacker and having that easy exit when it comes to it. I mean, if I did like something changed completely, and I didn't look to pass it on. Like, it would take me quite some time to sell my stock because I'd have to do it individually. I couldn't really do it like in a bulk lot because I wouldn't get anything near what it would be worth because, like I say, the series coins and the individual coins and the low mintage coins. So yeah, it's I just wanted to touch on the fact that I think for you, the way you're doing it, there's a lot of benefits to it, and it's something I'm looking to get more into, where I'm actually saying to myself, like, modelled on you, that as well, not instead of what I'm buying, as well as what I'm buying. I'm going to start trying to get some good price standard Brits. Best value Britannia's, best value, and it's going to be Britannia's as well because of the capital gains tax benefits of them. Because I'm going to try and keep that the cost price literally as low as possible, so when it does come to liquidate, I can literally take them down to a bullion dealer and say, yeah, here you go, can I cash those in? So I think it's a great idea, but I do think the reason I bring this up, Scots, is I just recommend two new stackers that you have a good think about what you plan to do with your silver, because it may not seem important now, but what you do later on and what you do now can vastly change what you can do later on, if you know what I mean. So it's just something to think about.
No, definitely. It's something I touched upon on one of my recent videos. I've only been going a month, so one of my earlier videos about an exit strategy, I discovered that that is quite important, and I found out for myself, and that's how I got in touch with this local collectibles shop and local jewellers that sell Britannias and sovereigns, and these guys are a route for me locally anyway, because I don't have any coin shops anywhere near me. So that's something I've found out recently, and luckily I've got these guys quite close to me, and they give me good prices. I must admit, I don't think I would get more selling on, say, eBay, for example, even with the fees. But it's an exit strategy is very important. That's something I found out in my short existence within this collecting community here.
Yeah,
and exit strategy is definitely the way you need to get that sorted.
Yeah. I want to just touch on a couple of things that have just been said in the comments. One by Shiny Precious Metals, who's made an absolutely brilliant, valid point that gold is VAT free, and close, like we said earlier, much closer to spot, and also I don't think we mentioned that it's VAT free, and if you're getting a gold Britannia, it's VAT free, capital gains tax free as well, and also close to spot. So there's just some of the additional benefits to investing in gold. 365 and Future both. I mean, Future mentioned this very briefly in what he was saying to us earlier, but keeping emotions out of investments is one of the. To me, it's the number one golden rule of investing, is to keep your emotions out of it, and that's just in response to 365's comment where he says he recently bought some old pre-1947 silver, just to make it a lot easier to sell in your future without the emotions, and that makes it very, very easy to sell, because you just have to come to me, mate, because I love the pre-1947 stuff. So and to be honest with you, reason I bring it up is it's a genuine thing, and it's why I don't look at my silver as much of a stack as I do a collection. Because of the emotional attachment to it. And I think, to be honest with you, we all talk about what is a stacker, what is a collector, and stackers versus collectors. And I think, one way you could look at that is a collector is emotionally attached to the pieces they have. They love them. They have that emotion to them. And a true blue stacker has no emotion attached to the silver they own. It's literally just a lump of precious metal that has an intrinsic value. What do you think to that, Future?
Sorry, could you repeat the question? I was just reading some of the amazing comments in the live stream. Sorry.
It can be so hard, can't it? Sorry, Scott. Yeah.
Can repeat the question. So, when I first started, to say 6 months ago, picking up my first bits and having a look at auctions and have a look at what's on websites, I'm looking at all the pretty stuff and say, oh, I like that, I need that. Oh, I like that. I mean, we've got that tiger bar up there. It's worth. I've paid more than the intrinsic value for it. But going forward, my 2024 plan. I'm going to take a leaf out of Future Investments book, and as you said as well, Stack Collector, as you said, take the emotion out of it. I'm just going to concentrate on building up my silver stack, take the emotion out of it, buy it as low as possible, and just keep on building it up. And I'm going to try and do that for a year. I'm going to try and stay away from the semi-numismatic stuff, like the James Bond round we've got there, and all the other shiny numismatic stuff. Well, semi-numismatic. I think that's what they call the new stuff, semi-numismatic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just concentrate, just be focused, and buy low, stack high, and see where that takes me over the course of a year.
Yeah, no, I think that's a brilliant plan, mate, and a great plan. You know, buy cheap, sell high. You know, it's what you want to do. Just to go back on what my question was to Future is, you know, what I was saying is, to me, the difference between a stacker and a collector is, as a collector has an emotional attachment to his silver, whereas a stacker doesn't have that emotional attachment. And I think fundamentally, when it really comes down to what is the true difference, to me, I think that's what the difference is. You know, a collector has emotional ties to their collection, and a stacker doesn't. What are your thoughts on that, chaps?
Yeah, no, bang on. I completely agree. I will say that sometimes I think stackers can accidentally fall in the category of becoming collectors, therefore developing emotional attachment to their precious metals. Case in point, you'll know very well that I love my Unibars, and I might say that it would be hard to sell them. If you was to offer me some price now, I would probably want some premium figure on that, more than what they're worth, because of my emotional attachment. And I'm, like you said, very much a weight stacker. I don't go for series sets. I just kind of go for what I like, and I try and stick to Britannias when it comes to gold. So for someone who is quite strict with trying to keep emotions out of it, you can sometimes fall into that category of accidentally getting emotions in it. But it's absolutely crucial. I think if you're a collector, then don't worry too much about the financial sides of it. Enjoy collecting, and then the capital sides of it are a benefit, a bonus. But if you're a stacker who's doing it for investments for the pure reason of preserving the wealth and counting the pounds and the pennies on each purchase, then try and keep emotions out of it. So that would be the answer to the question for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And also I want to say, there's nothing wrong with being a collector and buying those nice pieces. Just be wary that obviously it has a big impact when it comes to selling down the line. That's the only thing. I mean, I'm never going to stop buying the collectible pieces. I love them, but I am, like Scott said himself there, I'm going to try and get a few more. An actual weight stack, stuff that I can touch, and I don't mind if it gets dinged up, that kind of thing, that I'll have no emotional attachment to. But we've had a couple of comments about the cow, Scott. So I just want to say I love the Christmas cow there. It's great little fluffy, mate.
It's my hairy Highland cow. He's selling that on fantastic. It's a doorstop, so doors flying open now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I want one.
Yeah, 100%. It reminds me of a TV show I used to watch. Sorry, mate. Sorry, Scott, what did you say, buddy?
I'll swap it for one of your owners.
Yeah, go on, Future.
It's a good one. I like the Highland cow, Teddy, but let me come back to that one.
You're too emotional, mate. You're emotional with it.
No, I think
I'll take the cow. Have the Una.
I think he's more worried about how emotionally attached he will get to the cow if he takes that. You see,
I think I'm more worried about how Tommy, my dog, might end up getting hold of the old Highland cow and him not lasting 5 minutes. I think that would make me emotional.
Yeah. I just wanted to pull out what Scrapping, Hoarding, Tinkering Fun has just said about. Wonder how much he's going to get when he scraps out his washer, turning trash into silver. 100% trash into treasure. Well, have you guys ever done any of that? Have you ever done any scrapping at all, or?
No.
No.
No. It is. it's I don't know if it's a thing.
Yeah, I do it. I do it 100%. Yeah, I've got a pile of scrap. Copper, it's copper. It's copper you do best over here. Aluminium's got a good price, but you don't come across it much. I do clearances through work, so I come across copper quite a bit. I've got a pile of old copper pipes out the back. I'd cashed in last year. I had a cylinder that came out of our house, an old back boiler, and a load of pipes and odd ends of copper, and I've got a little stack of scrap growing myself. It's something I really love doing it, mate. Turning like SHTF said, turning trash into treasure. It's great.
Yeah, and I don't actually. I've never scrapped any. I mean, actually, that's a lie. I've scrapped a couple of my cars, and I couldn't be bothered to try and fix them. But in terms of like having a copper bar or copper pipes, like like plumbers would have, I haven't scrapped anything. Yeah. So there's a simple answer to that question.
I think for me, it's because I used to get paid in scrap when I was about 16 years old. My mate's dad owned his own plumbing business, and I'd go and work for him just as a mate, just passing tools and fetching and carrying. And he'd literally pay me in the scrap we used to pull out the houses. So that's what got me into it years ago. And I see we've just been.
I know if you do want some copper scrap, then 365's your man to speak to, because he's got a bit of copper.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a fair bit in my old pennies now. I know they're technically bronze, but I think they have something like 97% copper in them. So I think I've got enough. I've sorted through enough. Although I've got copper bullion now, mate. I've actually got copper bullion. I've got what have I got here? I've got from 365 with the 365 on the side. I've got 10 ounce there, so I've got 12 ounces of copper bullion now. Check that out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good going, actually, seeing as you, not that long ago, had a relatively small silver stack. So now you're expanding into copper as well. It's great.
Well, yeah, I mean, I started, bullion-wise, I started the year off with literally zero. It was only the pre-decimal stuff I had starting off the year, wasn't it? The first bullion coin I bought was the Robin Hood, January of this year. So, yeah, it's been a great year for stacking for myself. As I say, mostly...
Yeah, I'd like to get some copper bullion. I think it looks so nice.
It does.
I don't know what it's like as an investment, really. It's an industrial metal, isn't it, that's highly used. I can see that Scots has got some copper there as well, what looks like it.
Yeah, I was just going to ask.
I'm leaving myself cut short here by not having any. It seems like everyone else has some.
Yeah, what is that piece, Scott? I saw you trying to show us earlier, mate.
Yeah. That's a Aztec round that was very kindly sent to me by Addicted to Precious Metals. It's honestly, I was made up when I got it. It's a cracking piece, but and he sent me this. I think he was showing them on his YouTube channel. Made a comment. I know Copper Stacker's got a big 10, a 1 kilo job on his, and the detail on that is just absolutely cracking. So that's that, and I've never taken my eyes off since I saw it. It's absolutely stunning, cracking.
Yeah, I think people are trying to get you to give away the Harlan cow, mate. We need more close-ups, please. Thank you very much. Going back to what you were saying just then, Silver, Future, sorry, mate, about copper being an investment, etc. Now, and going back to what 365 said, where he says his copper isn't scrap, it's his pride and joy, but his copper just really, really, absolutely is not scrap, because, when you look at the spot price of copper and the premium you get with copper rounds, it makes silver look like they're giving it away for free, because the premium on a 1 ounce piece of copper is astronomical. But what you've got to remember is you're not looking at them that way. You're looking at them as like you said, beautiful little pieces that people like to have. So it's that gives them the value. So if investment wise, you're not looking at a spot. You're never going to buy copper bars and copper ounces and then start tracking the spot price of copper. But you will tend to find that the price will go up in them because they are lovely. I don't see copper as particularly an investment really, but I do think they're lovely to have, and it's through seeing them on 365's Days of Silver's channel that's really got me into them, because they do look beautiful and they are lovely things, and I do think they will, if you get them, it's like anything, if you buy it for the right price, you'll be able to get rid of it for the right price. But it looks like, unfortunately, Scots isn't wanting to put the Aberdeen Angus cow up for a giveaway. Scots, is that right? Are you letting us all down, mate?
No, eat that. No, you're not getting Hoddy Angus. Eat that.
That's fine, mate. I'm only jabbing. And I would do the same thing, mate. I wouldn't give it away either. It's an amazing looking cow right there, buddy. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm already looking up on Amazon right now. For a nice one, it's about 19 quid. But I think it's an investment I might have to make.
That is absolutely. But no, it's one thing I want to talk about. You brought it up very early on in the chat, because you were saying you were going through your Pokemon cards. That must have been a grueling task, which I get. It must be as grueling as me going through my pennies. But it's interesting, isn't it? How some things can be investments. Have you ever? I'll give you an example. Have you ever seen the price of old Pez dispensers? It's incredible.
No, I haven't.
They're a full-on collector's market, Pez dispensers, and some of the old ones go for like thousands of pounds. It's unreal.
Really?
Yes, I mean seriously, like Pez dispensers can be real big money. They really can be. Old toys as well can be like stupidly high money. I always give this as an example as well, because it amuses me. And it was Chum Lee from Pawn Stars, and he used to buy and sell old trainers for stupid amounts of profit. And it's amazing how much some of you, like, if you've got an old pair of trainers, like you've only worn a couple of times in back of wardrobe, they could be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's again comes back to collectibles. I'm thinking about selling my Pokemon cards. I reckon I've got about £2,000 worth. It'd be a difficult sell, because I could make a lot more if I'm selling them individually. But yeah, old toys, Pokemon cards. There's definitely some money in there for sure.
Yeah, no, that's interesting actually. That's something I'd love to discuss. Like when it comes to collections, like complete collections. Now, it can be difficult. It can be difficult to sell, can't it? If you sell something as a collection, not as a job lot. I'm talking like a complete date run, because what you'll find is a lot of the times people won't need most of the coins or the cards in that set. So a lot of the times, I think what you're probably better off doing, mate, is going through them, picking out, getting the ones that are worth particularly good money, getting the rest of them and then putting them up as a job lot and selling them off easily, rather than like wasting your time trying to sell every single one individually. Because I think and that's what I would do with my coin albums. If I was to go sell my half crown coin album, which it's complete at the moment, I would pick out the low mintage ones, sell them individually, and then all the standard coins, it'd be an album with those coins in, and I'd price it accordingly. And I think when it comes to complete sets, that's the best way to sell them. Salman's joined us in the chat. Hi, Si. It's always amazing to have you here, and also everyone else who's joined us as well. It's been an absolutely rampacked conversation this week with there being three of us. I'm sorry if I've not been able to keep up with the chat. I can see Future and Scots have been chipping away the chat, which is absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much. But again, apologies if I do miss anything. Again, it's just with us having a freeway chat this week. It does make it quite action packed.
Yeah, it's great. I've got to say, I love the close-up of Angus. Scott.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Yes.
I think everyone, the viewer base has gone up since you've done that.
Absolutely.
Also, the stack collector.
Yes,
you've got
mate.
to comment on your backdrop, mate. The amount of silver, you've got a Batman piece there. What sort of weight are you holding now in silver? I mean, there's a serious amount there. I mean,
Yes.
you've gone from very little silver over the last, say, maybe 6 months to what looks like a pretty fair sized stack.
Yes.
Are you like, do you have a target for the end of the year, or have you, what sort of figures are we looking at now for your own personal silver stack?
Oh, I've blown my target for the year out of the water, mate. I mean, you've got to remember this is only what's on display, and it's probably half of my stack of silver. I always had a fairly decent base stack because of the old silver coins, which were all in, like most of them are in albums. So I think like I've shown one of my albums once on the channel. So they're not shown very often, and partly because I'm waiting to do it as a full collection reveal. So at that point I'm going to have all of my silver out, literally all of it, all of the silver proofs. Because there's a good amount of ounces in silver proof I've got as well, which are all kept away in the boxes. So I'm definitely in the kilos now. I've got a few kilos of silver, which again it's been an absolutely incredible year for silver. I've blown my target out of the water. Which was, just to have a few bits in the collection. One thing that has happened is my collection hasn't moved on at all this year, much at all.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I mean the older stuff, the stuff that I'm trying to work on date runs at the moment. Obviously, this Harry Potter series I've got complete sets of. This Star Wars series I've got complete sets of. The Coronation sets I've got all the coins of. So there's, I'm adding new stuff, but I haven't been catching up on any of the old stuff. Like my Half Crown album, I filled that fairly quickly. The Florin album I could fill really quickly, and so I could on with some of the other albums, but the money's just gone on bullion. So that's my bullion, especially over the last few months, has really blown up. Partly because it's summer. Work is better for me. I've got more money to hand at summer. I'll probably won't be buying as much over the next few months, and then next summer, I'll be able to get a few more pieces. But yeah, it really has been great, and it's like I said it from the very beginning. Just little and often. It's like you said. My stack wasn't that big at all when I started the channel. There's the old sterling silver stuff. I've got a pile of spares, just literally just there at the end. That's all sterling silver. But nowadays I tend to mostly get the bullion out on display because it's shinier and it looks better. But and this is your fault, Future. But I am extremely bitten by 1 gram bars, and I'm going to be buying a lot more 1 gram bars going forward because I just think they're brilliant little things.
Yeah, mate. Don't get me started on 1 gram gold bars. I love them. The premiums are ridiculous, but I've got a fair amount. I know 365's got a good amount as well. Yeah. They're just awesome. I think I have a lot of the sentimental value to them as well because it's the very first precious metal I ever bought.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I actually meant 1 ounce silver bars. Sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry.
But you're right. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said about 1 gram, and that's something else I want to get more of. But obviously, I've been buying silver. But no, what I was saying, and this is your fault because if you remember, you that made me buy my first ever 1 ounce silver bar, and it was the Perth Mint Dragon bar, because it was you that told me about it in one of our previous lives, wasn't it? Can you remember that?
God, I vaguely remember that. Yeah, that's going back a while now. I remember our first live, but yeah, that's why I say your silver stacks come along massively from them. And you're right, 1 ounce bars they're just so fun as an investment for precious metals. I mean, you can see the range I've got in front of me: Perth Mint, Dragon bars, Una bars. They're stunning. And yes, there's some premiums on them, and there's VAT. But do you know what? Life's for living as well, for Christ's sake. I mean, you're still preserving wealth in an asset, albeit small value, but you've got something really nice to look at too.
Yeah, Absolutely.
Yeah.
Scott,
Totally agree with that. Yeah, totally agree with that. I mean, I was a bit to begin with standoffish in terms of bars, hearing all the horror stories in terms of sort of fakes are out there in the marketplace and what have you. So I've stuck to the Britannias. I stuck to knowing Britannia's predominantly because of the security features on that. I thought, yeah, that's going to safeguard me. But as I got more into it and I gained more knowledge, I understood that, yeah, okay, if you're buying from reputable dealers or reputable sources, the bars are there. And, yeah, they're something's a lot cheaper than the actual bullion out there. And again, it's building into my strategy of building up on buying cheap and stacking high. And the bars are pretty awesome. Looking, I've got a couple of the 2023 Dragon bars. I've got ScotsSilver Vortex bar. I'm waiting on a couple of celebration bars coming from Overstacker as well. So I'm gearing more towards when you do have this reputable source that you're buying from. I'm gearing more towards stacking up on bars. It's totally switched my thoughts, and it's something that you learn from being on this journey and speaking to you guys and listening to you guys and understanding where what's good and where to buy it from and what have you. So yeah, every day's a school day, and I appreciate bars more and more now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know about you, Stack Collector, but I was very, very strict, and I initially was really focused on 1 ounce coins, Britannias and stuff like that. But I got so sick of the milk spots and the cloudiness, like really, really annoyed. The value I'd spent on them for them to do that was just infuriating. The way they tarnished. And then I was looking at the couple of silver bars that I had, and I was like, they're in perfect condition. They're still perfectly shiny. The mirrored finish is still there. There's not a single milk spot. So I moved on to 1 ounce bars, and I'd say the fair majority of my silver stack is equal, at least, with bars now. And I think going forward, I'd go bars all the way.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Now, with myself, I started off as a coin collector, and that's where I cut my teeth. So that's why I like the coins a little more. So I'm probably always going to buy a few more coins than bars, but I definitely want to catch up a bit more on the bars because, again, I love the bars. I love the size of them, the way they feel, the shape of them, the stackability of them. I just think the 1 ounce silver bars are just a lot of fun. I really do. They really are. I just want to say, I see Coin Noob in the comments. I feel like we need a silver anonymous segment where I can proudly announce I haven't bought any silver for 3 days now. And you laugh there, Coin Noob, but it was about a month ago, wasn't it? I really had an issue where I couldn't go a day. Can you remember? I think I said on the group chat we had, but I just couldn't go a day without buying some new silver. I was just buying it. I went a little bit to town, but it's so true. We do need a Silver Buyers Anonymous where we can proudly say, it's been 3.5 hours since I last purchased some silver. I can see we've got Every Cloud in the chat. Been enjoying the chat, guys. Nice one. It's great to have you here, Every Cloud. It's always amazing to have you in the chat. Simon says bars are very very nice. I prefer them in the original plastic to capsules. I'm going to have to disagree with Si there. I prefer my bars in the capsules than the original packaging. What's your thoughts on that, Scott, mate?
Well, I've got a couple of bars that are in sort of plastic. Oh, they're not in plastic wrapping. I think they're just plastic folders or whatever. And I've been looking online to actually get them into capsules. To be honest, I think it's easier to stack than having to fumble about with those things there. But yeah, I prefer the capsules, I must admit. Sorry, Si.
Yeah, no, it's an OCD thing for me. What about you, Future? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I prefer the capsules, as you can see. I've got them in capsules. The sort of cellophane rubber plastic seals that they come in are just so cheap and characterless. I mean, they don't. When I was buying them direct from the Royal Mint, they didn't even have a stamp on to say they were from the Royal Mint or anything. It was literally just a clear plastic. And eventually, I plucked up the courage and cut them out. And there was no identification that they were from the Royal Mint, so I didn't have no issue cutting them out and putting them in the capsules. And I'm glad I did, because not only does it protect them much better, they look greater. They look really nice in capsules. It makes them feel more substantial.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've got a bit of feedback on my mic here, guys.
I believe that may be my headphones. They're dying, so if you can give me a minute, I'm going to switch headphones over.
No worries, buddy. No worries. Okay. No. What we're talking about there is this kind of packaging right here, which is like a blister pack. So as you can see, there's no livery, or there's no sign that it's from whichever mint it's from, and that kind of packaging is the kind of packaging we're talking about. Where actually, I'm going to be cutting this out soon and putting it into a capsule. But then again, you've got this kind of stuff here, which is this is from the Royal Mint. This is an assay bar. So it's got the bar, and you've got all the details, you've got the fineness and everything like that. So this kind of stuff right here, I definitely would not suggest ever taking it out, which annoys me, because I would rather it be in the capsule, because all the other ones I've got are in capsules. But I wouldn't take it out of that kind of packaging there. Whereas this kind of stuff, I know what Side's saying about the sound of it and it clinking about, and there's that benefit to it, but I just think it looks loads better in the capsule. I can see we've lost Future. I'm not sure what's happening there. I will very quickly try.
Now.
Here he's back. I thought you might be coming back. So no worries. We just advertised Skype there for a little while. But what's your thoughts on that, Scots? On the capsules, like. I know you said you prefer the capsules, but if the assay bars, would that be something that you'd be interested in with, or would you just give them a miss? Because I'll be honest with you, if I could have just bought it in a capsule at the time, or I knew, I probably would have bought it just in a capsule and not bothered getting it in the assay bar.
I'd probably transfer it in the capsules.
Yeah.
Again, I'm trying to rule out emotion into it. So it's a bit of silver I'm going to stack. So I'm trying not to go too attached to them. I think if you keep them in the original cellophane and what have you, I think you install some value of your own making into that. I'm trying to, as I say, rule emotion out. Just stunk of metal.
Yeah, no.
Get it in the capsule.
Yeah, no, they're a bit more than a lump of metal, to me anyway. I mean, I love the all the different bars. I'm a big fan, like Futures, of the Dragon bars. They are the bar that got me into them. And when Future told me about them, and he told me that they're not just a bar, they're a coin. It was a gold pass for me to be able to buy them, because it's not a bar, it's a coin, so it does belong in my coin collection. So when I got the Dragon bars, I then got the Unibar, because I think the Una is just a solid investment. I wanted to get one of them for the stack, and then after that, I just really liked them. And it was like, you know what, I need to get a few more bars. So I've picked up a few. I've not got too many bars just yet. But this I think next year going forward, that's something you're going to see me buy more of in the bullion. Depending on what comes out by the Royal Mint, they'll probably bring some stuff out that I just have to buy. Speaking of which, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet. This is the latest in the James Bond series that we've just brought out. One where he's in a paraglider. And yeah, I wasn't going to buy it, but then I was on the Royal Mint website, and I just saw it, and I thought, you know what, it's quite a nice looking coin. I do quite like it, so I you know, as a bit of a whim, I did pick it up, and I paid full Royal Mint price for it, unfortunately. But I think it's a nice little coin. I wait to see what's going to come out. I'm not going to tie myself into the series yet, just because I've bought the wrong coin. But yeah, I'll wait to see what comes out on that one, because I've got a not only that, but I've recently picked up from the Cobra auction. I've got the James Bond Casino Royale poker chip, which is, I think that's a beautiful piece of silver right there. And I've also got the 007 No Time to Die bar as well. So without even trying, I've collected quite a few little 007 pieces.
Yeah, I've got to say, I really like the Bond pieces. I've also got the No Time to Die silver bars. I think I've got 3. I bought them because I thought that being it was Daniel Craig's last Bond film, that there would be some premium on them in the future. I know he's not like the Queen or anything, but, you know, people like that collectible sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't got any more James Bond stuff, but some of it's really nice, so I can understand why you picked up a fair few bits.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that piece there, Scots, as well. That's a lovely 007 piece. I've seen that before. It's not one I've got. The Cobra had a piece come up in the last auction. He had a Diamonds Are Forever bar, and you know, it was at that point it realised to me, hold on, I've got a few pieces of James Bond bits. I might as well try and get that. But unfortunately, it wasn't me who won that one. I got a few nice pieces from the last Cobra auction though. Yeah, it was good auction. Oh no, not the last one. It was the one before. The last one, I fell asleep on my settee and woke up just as it was ending, and it was tallying up everyone's everyone's totals, because I think that was when you did your giveaway for the what was it for? Was it for the wallet? Wasn't it, from Sai?
Yes, that was the same day actually. It was. I gave away the Cardus bespoke handmade leather wallet and a 1 ounce 2022 silver Britannia. It was supposed to be for reaching 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. But I said in the initial announcement that I was going to give it away within 2 weeks of the announcement, irregardless of if I hit 4,000. So, yeah, of course, didn't hit 4,000 in the two weeks that I announced it from. But somebody won it. Gary won it from Iowa in the United States. So I sent that to him, and very lucky winner. He's getting that lovely, lovely wallet and 1 ounce of Britannia.
Very lucky.
365 today or last night, was it? And you yourself, the Stack Collector and Cider Sound Man, being channel members on my channel, automatically got entered into the giveaway, and 365 won a 1,000 ounce 24 karat gold back. So that'll be in the post to him very soon.
Yeah, that's amazing, and that's something I wanted to bring up anyway, because you may not be aware about this, because this is something that only happens if you're a member over at the Future Investments channel, which I highly recommend you do, because he's going to be doing regular giveaways like this, where it was the I believe it was the New Hampshire gold back that you put up, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have literally never won a giveaway ever. I've never won a giveaway. Oh. And last when Future did that one with me, 365 and sign it, I actually had a little bit of hope. I thought, you know, it's a 1 in 3 chance. If I'm ever going to win a giveaway, please let it be this one, because I'd love the gold backs. I've got one which APM very generously sent across to me, but I would really love to get one of each of the 5 gold backs as a little set. So I was so gutted when I missed out on that one, but so happy that 365 won. To be honest with you, I was going to be happy no matter who won it, because it was 365 or Cyber Man, 2 absolutely amazing guys. So yeah, it was one of those where I'm actually quite happy it went to one of the other guys, really.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry, go on, Scott.
No, I was just making it fantastic. I think those gold backs are a work of art. So beautiful, gorgeous. But sorry if I can just in terms of the giveaways, I want to give away as well, and it's again down to Cider Sound Man. I'm getting one of his
yes,
A-market wallets, and it's one with a bespoke section. Got that through the Stackers social, so I'm looking forward to that coming through. So yeah, I'm a lucky guy. You're a lucky guy. So we're winning. It pays to get involved in this community. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you've just.
It really does. A big shout out to Stacker Social as well. I mean, the fact that you've just been on the Stacker Social and you've managed to pick up Carter's Side of Soundman's bespoke wallet for absolutely nothing, really, is incredible. And that's all around the community. It's like that. So I mean, Cobra Stacker, 365, the Stack Collector. You three are some of the most generous guys in the community, and it's kind of sad to hear that you haven't won anything yet, Stack Collector. But hopefully, there is going to be more giveaways on a monthly basis from our channel members. So, considering that we've only got 4 channel members, you've got a 1 in 4 chance of winning something. So, in theory, you can win something in the next 4 months on paper, can't you? So,
that's
if
awesome.
not, we'll have to get something over to you before then as a gift for Christmas. I feel you haven't won anything yet.
No, don't. Because one thing I want to say is I don't enter many giveaways, and one thing I don't enter. I don't know if anyone saw my video from a little while ago, but I showed all the things that I've been generously sent across, and it's, you know, when I keep everything. I've laughed about the stamp, even keeping the stamps today, but you know, when I put it all together and look at, you know, the generosity that I've been shown by people in the community, I'm a winner. You know, I'm such a winner already. You know what I mean? So it's great to see other people winning the giveaways, because you know, I've seen some absolutely amazing generosity from yourself, Future Investment, when you sent me Efron the Dragon and the little treasures chest you sent me with the Tavex sweets, because you knew I'd never tried one. You know, 365. I remember getting the 365 1 gram bar, and I think I'd only done like 11 videos, and this guy who I looked up to was sending me this mail call, and you know, I almost cried when I filmed that video. So yeah, don't feel sad for me. You know, I've received some absolutely wonderfully amazing pieces of silver and other gifts from people in the community. So I don't feel like I've missed out. But I want to say to APM, I saw your message, and you could still do that, and I would still lose, because he said he's going to set up a duck races with 10 ducks all called TSC, just so I could win something. But I'd find a way of losing somehow, mate. It's just I don't, you know, I can't win these things. But yeah, I've had some wonderful pieces. I just want to say a massive thank you to anyone sent anything across. I've got to get some new channel stickers printed off, because I've sent my last ones out now. I've got literally no more to send out, so I definitely need to get some more printed off soon, so I can start sending some more out, because there's still a load of names on my list of people that I want to get mail calls out to, and it's just taking me a bit of a time to get through them all. But hopefully soon I'll get them all sent off.
Yeah, no.
Really, tell you what, as well. It's good when you enter these sort of giveaways that everybody's putting out, and you want to win it. But I don't know if it's the same for you guys. You probably just mentioned it, but I'm totally made up when somebody else makes it. It wins it. Mm. I'm honestly, well done, you, great for winning, and that's it. That's the type of atmosphere that this community that's building is made up of. People that are so happy for other people getting on and winning things, and yeah, so supportive. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to actually just touch on to something Si's just said in the chat, because it's a little bone that I have to pick with a little somebody who's in the live chat with us right now. Because what Si said is, you did, Future. You won the 1 ounce nugget coin, which you donated to me. Can you remember that, Future? Can you remember me saying to you, "Oh, Future, did you win the nugget coin?" And you said, no, I won these coins. And then it took me forever to find out who won it. So thanks for that. Yeah, you won.
Nugget coin? What nugget coin?
Yeah, this one right here. But I've got another one in a capsule. Here we go. Yeah, so it was one of these Australian nugget coin, and you had to put a picture of a maple in Stackers Social, and you were the first person to put a picture of a maple.
Yes, and
Yes.
I think I passed it on to someone.
Yes, yes, you did. Yes, you did. But I could wait because I was so tired during the 24-hour live, and it was quite late on in it. My memory was an absolute blur, but I was like, I'm sure Future won it. So I messaged you and asked you if you won it, and you just came back and said, no, mate, I didn't win it. And you listed off the things that you won in the Cobra auction. And then I was perplexed, and it took me ages. I had to watch the whole thing back to find the right part where I gave it away. And then I was like, oh, he did win it, but he gave it to Si, the cheeky sod. So, yeah, that was a funny story. But yeah, so you have won. You've won loads of giveaways, Future. You won that. You won.
Oh my God, I've been so lucky. You're right. I remember now. I'm glad I passed it on to Si, and what a guy to give it to. But yeah, I've been so lucky. I've won. My very first thing I ever won was a 1 ounce 365 days of silver bar, which I've got. I'll get it to hand in a bit if I got a second. But yeah, loads of stuff. Una and Lion bars, numismatic coins from you, the Stack Collector, 1 gram gob. Oh, it's mental. It's mental. I've been very lucky. So yeah. There's a bit of a joke in the community that I'm not allowed to enter some of the stuff, because if I do, not many people there's not much point in other people bothering. I wish it was that true, but unfortunately it's not the case always. But yeah, I've been very lucky.
Yeah, no, both of you, because what like Future said, like the Cardus leather, the quality of those pieces is phenomenal. You know, it's proper high level bespoke stuff. So I am a little bit jealous of your win there, Scott. Oh yeah, Scott's put in his poker chip there. I've got a question for both of you guys. Can either of you answer me this? Why are poker chips magnetic?
I didn't know that they were.
Neither did I until today. 365's poker chip right here. We can all try this. We've got one. Right, 365 poker chip. There we go. Why is a plastic poker chip magnetic? Right, it's not just 365's. Got another one here. Right, this I found this out by accident. There we go. Magnetic. Why is a plastic poker chip magnetic?
Right.
APMs. Why are poker chips magnetics? What have you got? What are they hiding in poker chips, people? It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. I've figured it out.
I might know this, right?
All right, go on.
Yeah, okay. So I've got one from when I was playing golf.
Yes.
And what you've got in some of your cap.
I've got one to hand somewhere, mate. I've got one literally right here. It's got a T marker in it.
You can stick to your cap.
Ah, okay.
But you're ready to place your marker down when you're playing golf.
Yeah.
It's just take it off. So golf's a bigger, probably a bigger market for this, and this is probably where it's coming from.
Yeah,
so
see, I've got one here that's very similar. It's got a you take the middle bit out. It's got a T marker actually in it. But no, these are just standard flat poker chips. So it's bizarre, isn't it? But yeah, no, that's interesting. So does your hat have a magnet in it then, or?
Yeah, some hats do.
Oh, I never knew that.
I just thought it's. I want over. Yeah, you can just take it off and put it down, and when you finish with your marker, just put it back on your hat.
Yeah.
Saves you rummaging around in your pockets.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's just something I discovered tonight, and I was like, why is that? Why would a plastic poker chip be magnetic? But perhaps that's why then. Perhaps that's why, so people can.
How did you find that out?
Well, I've got strong magnets around my setup because I use them to test my silver coins, and I've had some poker chips given to me recently, and I've got a few of my old ones I found out, and I just happened to put the magnet down next to the poker chip, and it just flung straight to it, and I was like, well, why? And then I tried the other poker chips, and I was like, well, that's just really, really weird. But
testing the authenticity of the poker chip, okay.
yeah, absolutely. Well, don't you? When you get your 365 poker chip, don't you get your magnet on it and get your calipers around it now? Is that just me? Absolutely. Yeah, I've a couple of announcements I want to just let people know, because I just want to make people aware as much as possible that I've got we've brought it up very briefly, but I've got quite a few giveaways we're doing next week. It's a bit of a special event. It's going to be a Christmas special. To win stuff, I put a video on my channel a couple of days ago. If you want to be in the duck race, you just have to go into the comments of that video and just write in the comments the word duck. That's D-U-C-K, duck, not dog. Everyone seems to think I'm saying dog, but no, it's duck. And if you put duck in the comments of that video, you'll be automatically entered into the duck marathon, which is going to go on for 3 hours in the background of next week's video. You'll also have a chance of coming onto the video to answer some questions to win what's inside these boxes, one of which is going to contain this 1 ounce Royal Mint Celebration bar. Half of there's 12 boxes in total. Half of them contain silver. The other half contain coins of some kind or another. If you come on, you're going to be able to answer 3 questions. For every question you get right, you get to open one of the boxes, and whatever is inside the box, you will get to keep. You will also get the chance to play blackjack with 8 Addicted Precious Metals to win one of his officially cleaned Addicted by Precious Metals Silver Britannias. To do that, you just need to be in the live chat. So all you have to do is be there in the live chat to be in a chance with that. And we'll also be going to be doing a Christmas scavenger hunt. And the end of that, once you've been given all the items, the first person to put a photo in Stacker's social of all the items in the hunt will win a 1 ounce King Arthur round, which is just off screen just there. So if you want to be in the chance to win those, either go onto that video, pre-download Skype, or pre-join Stacker's social if you want to be in a chance to win those. So that's just a little announcement for next week's video, because it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be me and APM, but we are opening it for other people to come on and join us. We're both going to be opening our Secret Santas live on the live stream, and also if there's any other content creators that are in the Secret Santa that want to come on and open theirs alongside with us, please feel free to do so. It would be amazing to have you all on there, and anyone else who just wants to come on and have a chat with me and the APM. It doesn't matter if you're a creator or a watcher or a subscriber or whatever, feel free to do so. The only thing you will need is a Skype account. Lee's just... Hey, Future, I never even knew you gone, buddy. Lee's just said he's up for blackjack. What about you guys? Scott, so you a blackjack player, mate?
Oh, yeah. I'll look. Yeah. Listen, I'd be up for that. But next Saturday's the wife's birthday, so
yes.
it's apparently it can't be moved.
Yeah, no, you
so
said,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna be able to make it, mate.
Yeah,
I'm ducking and duck out.
Scott's has let me know well in advance that he has got to go out for his wife's birthday next Saturday. But you're just gonna have to nip to toilets every so often for a quick 10 minutes to try and beat APM at a blackjack, mate. But no, I hope you have a wonderful night out. Future's full of excuses as well, aren't you, Future?
I'm what? Sorry.
You're full of excuses for next Saturday, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I will be in a different country, so
yeah.
I'm gonna do my utmost best to get on the live, or at least be there in the comment section. Hopefully, my partner won't get too shitty with me for hopping on a live stream while we're away. But yeah, it'd be cool to watch it from Poland anyway, because that's where I'm going.
Yeah,
going to Poland for Christmas, so yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah, and have a great, wonderful time over there, mate. But if you can nip off for 10 minutes just to jump on and say hello, that would be absolutely amazing. I just want to say, right, Mr. Kiwi's having no luck with his keyboard today. I know what you mean. It quacks, and he's responding to Coin Noob. Oh, Coin Noob. What does a duck do? Now, he said this in a previous live and it went completely over my head. And I remember my response to him at the time, because he won that duck race. And I turned around and it wins you a race. It wins you some silver, mate. That's what it does for you. And he commented it again on the duck race. And he says, what does a duck do? So at that moment, I clicked. Okay, this is something. It's referring to something. I mean, I'm no good at pop culture, so I've no idea what it is. So I Googled it, and Coin Noob, I'm blaming you now, mate. I'm never forgiving you. Future, Google what does a duck do when you've got 5 minutes, and it's
I'll do it now.
It's a song. And oh dear, it's for worse, mate. It's for worse. My question back
The
to
video.
yeah, it's just this really crappy animated song, and my question back to Coin Noob is, but what do they all do? And anybody who's seen the video, what does a duck do, will know. I may actually have to use it as the theme tune for all future duck races. What does a duck do? But yeah, thank you for enlightening my life with that one, Coin Noob. It's worse. Like, think Baby Shark, but then think 1,000 times worse, mate. That's how bad it is. But a lot of fun too. So do check that out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the 3-hour duck race, because that's anybody's game, isn't it?
Yeah, 3-hour duck race. That's quite a feat. That takes me back to when you did a 24-hour charity live stream, mate.
Yeah. Well, shall I tell you a secret? Me and APM have had an idea, and I'd love to get other creators involved in this. I think it's something we should all do next summer as like a big event together. And what does everyone think of a live action duck race, an actual live action duck race? Like, we buy a load of different rubber duckies, and we find a stretch of canal or river, and we start it, and we've got a finish point, and we actually follow the ducks all the way down, and we do our own live action duck race.
Oh, we can't. We need to make sure it's. We need to put rubber rings on 365 if he's going to attend, because he might fall in.
Well, it's not 365. It's anything he's carrying. Just make sure he's got no poker chips around the water area. But I think that would be amazing. I think we should definitely look to put that together next year. A live action duck race. I'll get the rubber dinghies out. I'll follow the ducks around with a go cam. You know, we'll make it work.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Scrapping Hoarding Tigrin Funds just said, if you guys want to win some silver, make sure to join him for his birthday bash. And absolutely make sure you join SHTF for his birthday bash, so we can all spam his comments and say happy birthday to him. Because he's a great guy with a great channel, does some absolutely amazing lives himself, and definitely a channel I highly recommend. But yeah, no, that was just a little thought I had. We were talking about the duck races earlier, because they're so much fun, aren't they? They've taken over the giveaway scene, haven't they? Duck races. They've just become the new standard of giveaways.
Yeah, they have. I've done it, like I said, in my members giveaway. It's just easy, it's fair, and it's good laugh. You can do a good commentary as they go.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. You know, there's so much more fun, because did you not find with the random comment pickers, it was such an anticlimax? You know what I mean? Like, you try and build it up, and then clicked, oh, it's there. You've got a name. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, the first one was better, because that would run through the names and give you a little moment of suspense. But then they made that where you had to become a premium user, and then the other one everyone would start using, that one just gave you the answer straight away. And yeah, that was there was no suspense to that. So the duck racers, they are just the fun, easy way to randomise a winner in a giveaway, and I absolutely love them. I'm so on board with them. The first one I ever saw was on APM's channel, but I don't know if he saw them on anyone else's channel before that. But yeah, I highly endorse a duck race giveaway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Because there is sometimes quite some long delays in these screens as well. So the first one to put this number down or whatever, but yeah, who doesn't love a duck race?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm same to say, we're going to be doing one duck race next week, which is going to be the duck race marathon for 3 hours. But we are going to be doing other giveaways, and part of that will be the traditional number on a list, and the first one to get it. You know, I'll let you know. That's how I'm planning to pick people to come on to play What's in the Box. So I'll write a number down on a piece of paper, and the first one to get it right can come on and play What's in the Box. So it's going to be all different kind of giveaways, run all different kind of ways. So I'm sure everyone's got to be happy, surely, because we're doing every kind of giveaway we can think of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I know it's only a couple of days before Christmas. It's Saturday before Christmas. People are probably going to be out on Christmas do's and stuff like that. But if anyone can join us, it is going to be a lot of fun. Next week, it's more based at just having fun. It's not going to be tried to be regarding precious metals or coins or collecting or anything like that. It's a Christmas. We're going to try and make it into a UK Stackers Christmas bash, as it were. You know what I mean? Where everyone can come along and just have a laugh together, and we'll give out some free, some silver, just to say thank you for making it a wonderful year, because it really has been a wonderful year for YouTube Stackers, hasn't it?
Mate, it's been massive. Not only has a lot of us channels grown, a lot of us have appeared from nowhere. I think Cobrew's appeared this year. And he's hit 1,000 subscribers already. And the giveaways, the community is like, you'd think it would run out of steam at some point, but it's just mad. It just keeps going and going and going. So here's the 2024. Big growth for YouTubers, big growth for the community, big growth for everyone in their investing goals, be it precious metals or index funds or stocks, crypto, property, you name it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good year going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is. We've got some amazing brand new channels that have just formed. ScotsSilver being one of them. If anyone hasn't had a chance to go over and check his channel out as of yet, what are you doing? Get over there. You've got some amazingly funny content. That's one thing I do love about your channel, Scots, is you've got a certain sense of humour that you bring to your channel, haven't you?
He's just nipped away for the moment, so
okay.
I'll answer it for him and say, yes, I have got a good sense of humour on my channel as ScotsSilver.
I've got a fair sense of humour, Oh, he's back. There we go.
I was never going to attempt that.
that was obviously not me putting on Scottish accent. I brought him back. My attempt at a Scottish accent. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I apologise. I do apologise. I shouldn't do accents. I know this.
John West just said that he thinks Scott's cow's got wheels. It does look a bit like he's got wheels.
It does now. Yes, you're right. Absolutely, it's a roller cow now. I can't even remember what question you answered for, Scots. Then, it all just happened.
Oh, it was about his humour.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, no, sorry, I was just saying, Scots. One thing I love about your channel is you bring a certain level of humour to your videos with you. Is that something that you plan on keeping in the videos going forwards?
Stay tuned. Well, listen, I don't know a lot. I've said this before. I don't know a lot, to be honest. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'm more to learn. And I don't own a lot, so what's my USP? I think I've got a bit of sense of humour, so I thought I'd fling out something that's I found quite humorous, and putting out the retakes video.
Yes.
I had fun doing that, and I don't know how the community takes that, whether it's a bit too much or whatever, but it's me. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm just going to keep on being me, and we'll see how this takes me.
Yes.
Whether that I'm in this game for long, but that's what it is.
No, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And like I said, I love that you bring that to your channel, that piece, your personality with you. I just want to tag on to what Future just said in the comments and just respond to see why. And because I relate to that, and I do it all the time. It's so embarrassing. And just to let everyone know, he's had a bit of lag, and he's been a few minutes behind on the video. So the stuff he's been putting in the comments is like completely irrelevant now and with stuff we were talking about a few minutes ago. And I, like Future just said in the comments, I do it all the time too. It's so easily done, and when you realise what you're doing, you're like, oh dear. But don't worry about it, Si, mate. It's easily done. 365 says leave the impressions for Scots, and yeah, no, the impressions is going back to the humour. That's one thing I do love about your channel, mate, is the impressions we're getting from you.
Oh, Mr. Connolly. I suppose I was thinking earlier that the Stack Collector sounds a bit like a fun villain. So I suppose you expect me to talk.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Scottish accent, but the rest of it's pretty good.
I've never before known a Scottish guy who can't do a Scottish accent. I love it. No, that was brilliant.
I don't know if that was a real Scottish accent. I'm not sure.
well, either way you look at it, it was a Scottish accent.
Isn't Gerard Butler from Scotland, or is he Scottish?
No
I
idea.
get about us from Scotland, aye.
Is it?
I do another.
Yeah.
I do Chewbacca.
Oh, I can do it.
We love it.
No, well, hold on.
You've
You've got competition here. You've got competition here because I do a mean Chewbacca.
Oh, come on then.
Now let's hear yours first. That's not bad. It's not bad. Hold on. All right, let me prepare myself first. Thank you. Thank you. Mate, do I need to say anything more?
I can't believe what I'm listening to.
We're having a Chewbacca off, everyone.
that sounds a bit rude, having a Chewbacca off.
I love it. No, I love it. We'll leave that bit. Sorry. Is Chewbacca Scottish? I know. Chewbacca was he American? I know he was a really tall guy, and I remember when he died a few years back. Rest his soul. But oh yeah, 365 says, "Future, it's your turn now."
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, let's for the sake of everybody listening, let's move on now. I think people would rather us talk about the shape of the Earth, which is, as I've said before, round yet also flat, just like a pizza. Just in case anyone needed to know, that's from. Have you ever watched that Future Space Force with Steve Carell in it?
Space Off with what's his name? John Travolta and
no, not Face Off. Space Force. So that's my accent. But it's really funny. Yeah, no, that's my accent there. Sorry. No, it's worth watching if you haven't seen it. It's really funny. It's a satire parody of when Trump looked to create a space force in America. Have you ever seen that one, Scots?
No. What's his name?
Steve Carell. It's got John Malkovich in it as well.
No,
definitely worth a watch, though.
He was at the museum or something.
Sorry?
No, I can't think of a thing up there.
Yeah.
No.
365 just saying he's forgot about that bar. It looks great. It does, and they feel great. You know what? They feel so great. I had one for a very brief period of time because 365 was so generous as to donate a 1 ounce silver bar for the charity live, and I held it in my hand, and I just wanted to keep it so badly, but unfortunately it had to go to the winner. So yeah, I do envy your little 365 1 gram bar there, mate.
Yeah, that was actually the first piece of, or anything actually, I'd ever won. 365 was quite early on the YouTube scene himself, and I think it was for his 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And yeah, I couldn't believe it when I won it. I was chuffed, and it's just snowballed from there, really. I've got a lot of awesome stuff. I see ScotsSilver's got one of those bars as well.
Yep, I'm in the club.
Here we go. You just made me rush off now. How's that? I'm in the club too.
Yours is bigger than mine.
It's not the size that, well, it is. It is the size that matters when it comes to precious metals. 100%. Guys, it's coming to that time where I ask the question, can you believe it's been almost 3 hours?
That's crazy.
It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it?
Time flies, eh?
Sorry, Scots?
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. It really does on these lives. It absolutely. Because, they, like you say, they are so much fun. You know, getting to chat with people, getting to know people more. You know, it's been great. So, do either of you two have any more questions or anything you'd like to discuss?
Yeah. I've got one, mate. If I can jump in. Right.
Yeah.
Is Jamie in the house?
Is who? Sorry.
Is Jamie in the house?
Jamie.
Oh.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think. If do you mean Jamie Frost?
Yeah.
With the time difference, I think he's probably not in this one, but I think he's going to try and be there live for the one next week.
All right, no worries. Listen, I'm just even just speaking for myself, or maybe quite a few of the stacking community. I want a friend like Jamie. Do you think you could spare him?
What's that? Sorry, mate.
Stuff he sends you.
What's that, buddy?
I'm saying I want a friend like Jamie.
Oh,
Do you think
Jamie's
you could
great.
spare him?
Jamie's great. Jamie's amazing to everybody, mate. That's just who Jamie is. He's a wonderfully generous and supportive guy, and he's somebody that I consider to be a genuine friend. Myself and Jamie, we talk out of YouTube nearly on a daily basis, and he is a wonderful person. So I definitely do want to give a huge shout out to Jamie, because he, like Scott says, he has sent me a few pieces of absolutely lovely silver. He sent me one example right here. Is this this Bitcoin piece right here. Yeah, not everything I get from I have purchased a few pieces from Jamie. He does sell sometimes, and so not everything that's come from Jamie has necessarily been gifted. He has been extremely generous, but some of the stuff are pieces that I've purchased from him. But you know, Jamie's everybody's friend. I can absolutely promise you that, mate.
Oh,
yeah, I'm just jealous that he's in Japan. I want to go there so bad.
Yeah,
and he gets to live life there.
Absolutely, mate. I'm with you 100%. I would love to go and visit Japan. For me, my love for Japan is through history. I love the history of the feudal era of Japan. You know, with the shoguns and the samurai and you know all that kind of time period. I'd be probably more interested in seeing that side of Japan than the new, you know, all the fandangos of Tokyo, which is it's an amazing place, isn't it, Tokyo? I'm not saying I wouldn't like to go there. I just want to say a very quick goodbye to everyone who's having to drop off in the comments. It has been wonderful having all of you here. Thank you so much for contributing and chatting along with us. And if anyone does have any final questions in the chat they'd like to ask, definitely let us know right now, and we'll make sure to answer them before we end things.
Yeah, catch you later, noob. Catch you later, shiny.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Yeah. This heart? Do you know the heart in the comments? It really winds me up, but you shouldn't have reminded us all of the time. Well, I mean, I've got a pizza that I need to cook up myself to 365 anyway, mate. So, you know, I'm kind of on this one. I'm going to be honest. I'm hinting at we'll start. I'm not saying right now, but we'll start to wind things up and give everybody a final chance to to ask any final questions we've got or anything like that. But this one's been just so ram-packed, hasn't it? It's been exciting. I think I've really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it's been great. Nice to have you on, ScotsSilver. I think you've done smashing for your first ever live stream, mate. So give yourself a pat on the back for that.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers! I appreciate it. I must admit, I was absolutely wrecking it. all day until about 40 when I landed it on with you guys. But listen, it's what it is. It's just chatting with mates, and
Yeah.
I consider you guys mates, and I'm tough to know you. The fact that another thing that's great about you guys and all the rest of the content providers is when you make a comment on their videos, they're coming back to you and answering and engaging with you. So listen, I feel over the last 6 months, I've gained new pals, and I really appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you, Scots.
Thanks for making it easy for me. My first live stream.
No problem at all. And it's like you say, that is the whole idea of these things. It's a chat between friends, just a friendly chat to get to know all of us a little bit better. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. Like 365 said in the comments, absolute natural, mate. You've really taken to it. It is difficult. It is so difficult to do lives. I mean, it's difficult to do to film yourself on camera as it is anyway, but to do it live is so daunting, and you have absolutely smashed it. I think it's been amazing to have both of you on and to be able to discuss both of your different perspectives from your position in your journeys. That's been so intriguing for me to explore tonight. And yes, mate, honestly, it's been a pleasure to have you on, Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here in the community with us, and we can't wait to see more videos from you, bud.
Oh,
yeah, second that.
No, thank you. And coming from such stalwarts of the community, and yeah, that means a hell of a lot. And really appreciate you guys.
No,
thank
you.
And so does Angus.
Thank you, Angus.
Oh, big up, Angus. After this live stream, I've already looked on Amazon and I found an Angus that I want to get. So.
Well, I'm just a little gutted we haven't had a Tommy cameo today.
I did consider it. At one point, he was standing at the top of the stairs, and he was looking over the gate and going, "Dad, let me in." But I thought, "No, I'll leave it out tonight." But yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But I'm going to be honest with you, Future, and please don't be insulted when I say, I'm more of a Tommy fan than a Future fan.
Oh, I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. I could probably get him to come to the top of the stairs, but he's my boy. Love him.
He's a good boy, Tommy. He's a very good boy. No, I'm not quite as big as a Future fan, but I'm a big fan of Tommy. But he's a great party channel. I don't know. Maybe I have to find a new channel mascot. Groot's. It's different.
I mean, you've got a fair few mascots for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But Groot his plant's grown a bit too big now, and it's got such a small little area to plant him in. So I might try and find a different one than Groot going forward. But I love Angus. Angus is so cool, and I hope we get to see more of. Is Angus a her?
It's a guy, isn't it, Angus? Angus is a guy's name.
Well, I don't know. It's I get Gil vibes from Angus. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not going to check for modesty, but Angus is a guy.
Oh, fair enough. Because you don't know. You don't know with Longhorns, do you? Because the cows can have horns as well as the bulls with that breed. But fair enough. I stand corrected, Angus. I do apologise for misgendering you there, my friend. Please don't try and cancel me.
I don't think he's going to mind.
Yeah, that's it. Angus is a player. Angus is one of the guys. I can tell. Angus, is a good lad. But,
hopefully next time us three are on the live together, which I hope happens, I can feature an Angus on mine. So we're not my own Angus. I have to give him a different name, but
yeah. I'll try and bring an Angus out on my video too, but it's probably going to be wedged between two sesame seed buns.
Yeah.
Love it. So, Future, did you have any final questions or anything you want to say or ask at all, buddy?
No, I don't really. I mean, I just say to ScotsSilver, keep in touch with the community, mate. That will do you well growing your channel, and we're so happy to help regarding questions. It doesn't just have to be precious metals. If you're one day not sure and you're thinking, should I invest in the S&P? Should I get premium bonds, etc.? Just chuck us a message in either Stackers Social or private message, and any of us will help you. So I haven't got any questions because we've covered so many topics tonight. It's been good, but yeah, I'd say it's been a pleasure live streaming with you for the very first time, mate.
Oh no, thanks very much, guys. Listen, I'm just learning. The first video was put out, and again, I blame Addicted to Precious Metals for getting me involved in this game. Just something that we both keep with no experience whatsoever. I'm putting videos out, and listen, I don't know how to put music on videos or anything like that. So listen, I'll be firing all these technical questions, not only about gold and silver and investing. So that's really great about everything. It's great what I've found in terms of this community, and it's really appreciated. And listen, I'll be bending your ear. You'll be sick of me.
No, that's fine, Scots. I mean, feel free to ask anything you want, and to myself as well. My email's on all my videos, or you've got me in Stackers Social. But I do want to say, just further to what Future said, this is where Stackers Social shines. This is where Stackers Social is so brilliant when you've just got a question to ask. And you see it all the time, every day. Someone will ask a question on there, and you'll see loads of people coming on and giving loads of great advice. And that really is, to me, the best part of Stackers Social. If there's anything you're unsure about, and it doesn't, like Future says, it doesn't have to be stacking related. There's loads of people times it's more collectible coins, or a lot of time the chat it's just a chat, so you can ask anything, literally anything you want, and get the honest opinion from people. So yeah, the Stackers Social is a great resource for that kind of thing, for getting other people's knowledge from within the community. But same as Future said, if there's anything you want to ask me directly, feel free to do so. You are doing a smashing job, mate. You really are. But if there's anything else you want to have help with the editing, that kind of thing, we're all here, and we're all wanting to help, buddy.
No problem. If it seems that I've seen far, it's only because I've stood on the shoulders of giants.
Oh, well, thank you. But I feel the same way, mate. I feel exactly the same way. I feel like I've been doing this for 2 minutes, and I still get nervous when I voice chat with Future and 365 or Cobra or people like that outside of YouTube. I still get so nervous when doing it, because I will never see myself as a YouTuber. I will never be more than just some guy with a hobby for doing this. But you guys, Future Investments, 365, you are true blue YouTubers and professional, and what you do. So my hat's off to you, Scots. As I say, mate, you're doing a fantastic job. To say you're so new, the quality of your videos, your setup looks incredible. The humour you bring to it is great. 2 wonderful guys with wonderful channels, and if anybody hasn't done so, please do check them both out and give a few of their videos a watch.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that, and really do. And thanks to everyone who's been here tonight on the live stream, commenting, asking so many good questions tonight. Actually, it was a very good point to mention. And it's been amazing to have nearly 20 people here throughout pretty much the whole 3-hour live stream, which has felt like 20 minutes. So yeah, thanks for your time, everyone.
Absolutely. Greetings.
And thanks for having us, Stack Collector. Obviously, you could have anyone you want, so we appreciate that you asked us.
Oh, well, no, thank you, Future, and thank you also, Scott, for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I've got to echo that, and thanks for being my wingman on my maiden flight. Future Investments. I appreciate your comments and your insight, and Stack Collector. Applause, mate. You're doing a fantastic job here.
Well, Thank you, guys. Thank you. But these videos are only ever as good as the guests, and so thank you for making it a really interesting and fun-filled video. I've had a lot of fun speaking to you both, and I love. I thought it would be a fun dynamic to have Future, who's actually he's got days in the game, he's got that real life experience, and yourself being someone who's quite new to the game. I thought it could be very beneficial having Future here to answer some of the questions. And I think I nailed that one, because some of the answers that Future's given tonight have been absolutely incredible, mate. Well done, buddy.
Oh, thanks very much, mate. Thanks, you got me blushing.
No worries. And that's not to take away from you either, Scots, because some of the topics you brought up, some of the questions and answers you've given have been great. You've obviously got a great foundation knowledge you've picked up already from stacking. I'm guessing, were you watching videos before you bought your first piece of silver? Were you watching channels like 365 Days of Silver and Backyard Bullion and Future Investments?
Yeah. I was watching the videos, and I think I started off watching gold smelting or gold panning videos, and some feeds dropped into some videos dropped into my feed about coin collecting and silver, and so it was coming on, and then I was commenting on you guys, and you were commenting back. I was like, oh yeah, I can. He's YouTuber are speaking to me. So yeah, I was watching, and it was commenting, and I've never looked back, and I've tried to take in as much as I can. Every day's a school day. Still learning.
That's brilliant. The reason I say that, mate, is I could tell, because you've obviously come into the game like with a fair bit of knowledge, straight off the block. So well done to you on that, mate. I can't wait to see bigger and better things coming from your channel. I want to say a very quick hello to North Stacker, who's recently joined us all the way from Sweden. It is amazing to have you here, mate. We are going to be ending the live very shortly, but definitely watch back from the start. I will have it public on the chat. Here he is. We have the Tommy cameo that I wanted. So yes, hey Tommy, how you doing, buddy? Who's a good boy? There we go.
Yeah, I could not.
That's made me happy. The chat has now been completed, 100% completed. I just want to say, I'm sorry there's been no giveaway this week, guys. Who's this guy?
Oh, we've got another dog feature. Brilliant.
Who's this chap? Yeah.
That's Angus number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, as I was saying, it's I'm sorry there's been no giveaway this week, but that's only because we're giving it all away next week. There's 4 ounces of silver to be won. 1 ounce of copper. There's going to be one of the Aztec copper rounds that Scots was showing earlier. That's going to be up for win. There's a 1/4 ounce silver version of that. Those two have been very generously put in by APM. There's some other silver bullion, some pre-decimal silver, some other coinage. So there's going to be a lot to win next week, guys. So I apologise that there's not going to be a giveaway this week, but we will definitely make up for it next week. And like Lee says, everybody loves everybody, and I absolutely agree with that. And that's the best thing about this community. It's such a loving, caring community where people come together rather than trying to tear each other apart. So not only to you two that have been here with me tonight, but to everybody in the chat, everybody who's watching, and everybody else in the community, thank you for making this such a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, thank you, mate. On that note, I'm gonna shoot tonight. It's been a pleasure. I don't know if you're going on further, Stack Collector, or...
No, I'm just about to do the patented Stack Collector thumbs up. So, Scott, if you want to say a quick goodbye, and I will get that done.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Thanks Stack Collector. Thanks Future Investment. Thanks everyone that's enjoyed us tonight, and you guys are appreciated. I appreciate all the comments that have come in, and the support that you're showing me on this tonight. and in the past. Just say thank you, and join next week for Stack Collectors. Stack Chat with APM. I'm not going to be there, so that's the competition reduced. So even more excuse to get onto this. So thanks again, much appreciated. Take care.
Brilliant. That's amazing,
Yeah,
guys.
and I'll just echo that. Thanks for having me, Stack Collector. It's been a pleasure to meet you for the first time, Scots, and I look forward to being on a live. I think we were a great trio, so I think we should do it again. And thanks to everyone in the comment section all night. So yeah, see you next time.
Definitely. And on that note, until next time, as always, keep stacking. Take care.